Of course, our partners on this segment of the Betway. BetKing. Apologies. BetKing actually has a lot for you this afternoon. Loads and loads of big odds on BetKing, So Sam is going to be talking about it because this is a clash of titans, to be honest.
Certainly.
Here's me thinking it's 2-2 odds already. For both games, rather for both teams. Talking about Tunisia and the Carthage. Tunisia actually the Carthage Eagles.
While Mali is just the Eagles.
Eagles, exactly. But there's no super there.
No.
There can only be one
super
There
Eagle.
can only be one. And there can only be one BetKing, by the way.
Yeah.
Only one.
And certainly they've got fantastic news for you that you can use.
You know that feeling? It's hard to explain, but you've had it before. It's that feeling when you back your team and they lift the trophy. It's that feeling when you celebrate along with your country. It's that feeling when your team scores a goal or makes an impossible save. It's that feeling you get when you bet on a game at AFCON and stand to win one of 3 cars plus your share of over 100 million naira in daily prizes. Play now, online or in our shops until 6 February. That feeling, that's BetKing. Play responsibly, no under 18s.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's AFCON Studios open for you right here on 993 Nigeria Info. Samuel Victor Akman alongside Ufama Igbamuna for you. This part of the broadcast, even as we count down to the big game between Tunisia and Mali, is proudly brought to you by our friends at BetKing. And they are telling you that don't just watch the football, you can actually cash in as well on BetKing. Football lovers, they say it's AFCON season, a season to celebrate African pride and unity through football. BetKing, your leading sports and digital entertainment company, will be rewarding its customers with mouth-watering prizes worth over 100 million naira during the BetKing AFCON promotion, including an all-expense paid trip for 4 people to watch the African Cup of Nations final live in Cameroon. Now, BetKing online and offline customers stand a chance to win smart TV sets, PlayStation 5 consoles, free betting credit, smartphones, and the grand prize of a JAC S2 SUV for 3.
Say that again. What SUV?
A JAC S2 SUV. For 3 lucky customers through the weekly raffle draw.
Have you bought a tire before?
I didn't even have.
Damn.
I still do Uber to the office.
Can I be a part of that?
No. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not.
That's not fair.
It's not for us. It's for the listeners out there. Well, BetKing is also saying the AFCON promotion is open to new and existing customers, BetKing customers, and is only available on Sportsbook. Virtual games and simulated reality are not included, unfortunately. Now, to participate in the BetKing AFCON promotion, BetKing customers are required to place a bet on a minimum of 500 naira on an accumulator with at least 5 selections at 1.20 odds per selection. Now, the bet must include one Africa Cup of Nations 2021 event, among other terms and conditions which are listed on the BetKing website. I'll give you that website in a bit. BetKing has made it easier for new and existing customers to win these prizes by creating 2 special shows in partnership with Pole Sports, where professionals and tipsters will guide players with facts and how to place their bets. BetKing customers can learn more about these shows by following polls.ng on Facebook and also on Instagram. So visit betking.com today or simply walk into any BetKing shop near
I'm already
you.
there. I'm already on BetKing.com.
And I can see Ofama doing that exactly. Near you to register and start playing. Now, you know that AFCON feeling. It certainly is that of BetKing as well. Remember to play responsibly, and this is not for persons under the age of 18.
Are you
so if
18
you're not, I think I'm above 18, so
Okay.
I can.
So you're
also-
eligible.
Very much eligible, so I can look at that code you're trying to put. When you book and finish, I beg send that. Sure, I book to play.
Don't worry. Might check.
All
I'm
right.
actually just looking at the odds for the game today, the Tunisia and Mali game, and my word, this is a lot. There's 2.90 odds as it is right now for a Tunisia win, and I'm seeing 2.95.
That's almost 3 odds.
That's almost 3.
I mean,
It's even higher for Mali. It's 2.95. And here's me thinking Mali has enough in their tank to actually get something out of this game. Tunisia can flatter to deceive sometimes. You honestly don't know what team actually comes to the party. Mali have got very good defense. In fact, their play is built on how great their defense actually is. So here's me thinking they stand a chance in this particular one. 295 odds on betking.com, worth a try. Or you could as well be looking at, of course, possibly a half-time draw.
And that's a big possibility.
Yeah, actually, very big possibility. Trying to actually look at the website to actually see what exactly is the odds on BetKing for that one. But that's a huge possibility. Or you could also go for the market that I think has been the most productive, under 2.5. We've not seen a whole lot of goals in this particular tournament, apart from the opening game where Cameroon beats Burkina Faso by 2-1. Almost all the other games, 1-0, 0-0, and all of that. So that's something to look at. I'm looking at the BetKing website right now, and I'm seeing that under 2.5 is actually 134 odd. Maybe you could actually try under 1.5, which is 2.15 odds. Good enough. I'm not sure there are going to be lots of goals in this game, so you could possibly try that one out, Sam.
All right, so you have it. Go straight to the BetKing website to get there straight up. m.betking.com/register. That's the place to go to, or simply
that's if you don't have an account.
Yeah, to register at BetKing to get to play, and just register, send your details, recharge your account, and you are good to go. Now, another thing that BetKing is giving you every day, like I told you earlier, is a possibility of winning with a selection of games that amount to 5 odds, and one of those selections include an African Cup of Nations game today. And the code for today that BetKing is giving you, this has been carefully selected by a team of experts based on facts and figures between all the sites in the selection. So the code for today, only on BetKing, is FDPJ9. I take that again, FDPJ9. F for food, D for door, P for pills, J for jog, and the number 9. FDPJ9. That's the code for today. So head on to BetKing, impute that one, and make your stake. And you're on your way to winning big, courtesy of our partners at BetKing, who are bringing this part of our broadcast for today to you. We say big ups to BetKing indeed. m.betking.com/register. That's the link to go and create your account and be part of the wonderful goodies BetKing have got you. Remember, it must be mentioned, and very importantly at that there are no 100% guarantees on these games. It's just the possibilities that have been selected for you. So you want to stake very, very responsibly. Stake with what you can absolutely afford to lose, and don't put all
Someone's copying me. That's usually my line. Must you clone my voice and copy my lines?
Is that AFCON feeling?
Okay.
Is that BetKing feeling?
It's
really?
okay.
So, this is what African football is all about: brotherhood and unity and all that. So head on to m.betking.com/register. Remember, the code for today again is FDPJ9. BetKing bringing all of these fantastic goodies to you and working with us as concerns our coverage of the African Cup of Nations. So Group F set to go down today, and it's a fantastic game. The top two in Group F, Tunisia against Mali, and it promises to be an exciting encounter. We'll get into all of that very, very shortly, only after we get to hear a message from our partners again at BetKing. Season, a season to celebrate African pride and unity through football. BetKing, your leading sports and digital entertainment company, will be rewarding its customers with mouth-watering prizes worth over 100 million naira during the BetKing AFCON promotion, including an all-expense-paid trip for 4 people to watch the African Cup of Nations finals live in Cameroon. BetKing online and offline customers stand a chance to win smart TV sets, PlayStation 5 consoles, free betting credits, smartphones, and the grand prize of a JAC S2 SUV for 3 lucky customers through the weekly raffle draws. The AFCON promotion is open to new and existing BetKing customers and is only available on Sportsbook. Virtual games and simulated reality are not included for this one. Now, to participate in the BetKing AFCON promotion, BetKing customers are required to place a bet of a minimum of 500 naira on an accumulator with at least 5 selections at 1.2 odds per selection. So the bet must include one AFCON Nations Cup event among the other teams' terms and conditions which are listed on the BetKing website. BetKing has made it easy for new and existing customers to win these prizes by creating 2 special shows in partnership with Pole Sports, where professionals and tipsters will guide players with facts and how to place their bets. BetKing customers can learn more about these shows by following polls.ng on Facebook and on Instagram. So visit betking.com today or simply walk into any BetKing shop near you to register and start playing. That AFCON feeling, it certainly is that of BetKing. Remember to play responsibly, and this is not for persons under the age of 18.
You know that feeling. It's hard to explain, but you've had it before. It's that feeling when you back your team and they lift the trophy. It's that feeling when you celebrate along with your country. It's that feeling when your team scores a goal or makes an impossible save. It's that feeling you get when you bet on a game at AFCON and stand to win one of 3 cars plus your share of over 100 million naira in daily prizes. Play now, online or in our shops until 6 February. That feeling, that's BetKing. Play responsibly, no under 18s.
All right, time to celebrate. And Group F at the AFCON set to go down. Big game between Tunisia and Mali. The Battle of the Eagles, this one is. And for my Gbamino, what an exciting game this one promises to be. You've touched a little about what both teams can look like in terms of setup and shape. But when you look at the history between the two sides, Mali certainly do know how to get a result over Tunisia. But there's just one AFCON title between these two sides. For all the brilliance over the years on the African continent for both these two sides, Mali and, of course, Tunisia, I mean, how come we just have just that one title between them? And basically, how do you think this one is going to swing today?
To be very honest, it's not surprising that there's just one title between these two guys, because to be very honest, Tunisia especially are that one team that you really don't know what team is going to turn out. They can excite and frustrate in equal measure. 2004, on their way to winning their title on home soil, they actually beat the Super Eagles in the semi-finals of that particular and very heartbreaking game, I have to say. I think we scored first.
Yeah.
They came back, equalized, and then won the game. But just before that, I remember the Nations Cup that most Nigerians did not watch because a certain late General Sani Abacha decided that we were not going to go when Nigeria was having some bit of issues with South Africa. That's after the killing of Ken Saro-Wiwa and 8 others. It brought some international condemnation, and all of that. And South Africa were, one of the proponents of criticisms on Nigeria. And the late General Sani Abacha decided that, what, y'all ain't going nowhere. We're having diplomatic issues with South Africa, and Nigeria could not defend the title they had won 2 years before. That's talking about the 1994 Nations Cup. Well, Tunisia went on to actually get to the final of that tournament. Very interesting tournament. I remember vividly. South Africa beating them 2-0 in that particular final. Since then, it's been huffing and puffing up until 2004, where they won it on home soil. And after doing that, it's been not so great, coming from Tunisia. They somehow find a way to frustrate you with their performances, get into a knockout stage, and get knocked out on possibly the quarterfinal of the tournament. So you really don't know which of the Tunisians will turn out on the afternoon. For Mali, yes, blessed with natural talents here and there, but have not been able, unlike their other West African neighbors, talking about the likes of, I wanted to mention Ghana. Then I remember that last time Ghana won a tournament, I was 2 years old. I'm 41 right now. You can make the maths. Sorry, it's actually a dig at Ghanaians, especially a dig a dig at one of my closest friends, Kofi Batel, says I'm taking a dig at you. But seriously speaking, though, Mali are not as I wouldn't want to say fortunate, but they've not been able to translate the talents they have as opposed to their West African neighbors. Talking about the Ivorians, talking about Nigeria, maybe Ghana back in 60, 70 years ago. They've not been able to translate that talent into winning the tournament. Their very first appearance in 1972, they actually went all the way to the final. But since then, it hasn't really been great. I remember the Super Eagles thrashing them on their way to the last time we won the tournament. That was in 2013. We actually beat them in fact, it was one of the most emphatic victories at that tournament. I honestly did not see that one coming. I thought it was going to be a cagey game, but we ended up beating Mali by 4-0 in that one. So yes, they've got the talent, but unfortunately for them, they've just not been able to translate it into a title, unlike Tunisia, that managed to get one and are also not as efficient as their other North African neighbors, talking about Algeria or Egypt, and all of that. So it's a case of two nearly teams. So we're honestly going to wait and see what will turn out this afternoon rather.
All right, we're about set to go to the Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe in Cameroon, venue for this one. Group F set to go down. The final of all the groups in the competition. Tunisia against Mali, the battle of the Eagles, the Carthage Eagles against the Eagles. This one is, and the players are getting set to get on the pitch of play. And remember, guys, this is we're doing this in partnership as well with our friends at MTN and of course Coca-Cola, bringing to you all the refreshment at the African Cup of Nations. Indeed, this is certainly a big game, one of the traditional games you expect from the African Cup of Nations. So I wonder what your thoughts about this game is or are, whichever the case may be. What do you think, or how do you think this one is going to swing for you? You've got live commentaries, by the way, and you can catch us live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. We'll be streaming every bit of the action for you right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The players are coming out on the pitch of play, so only fitting that we get set for commentary mode.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? All I needed was the little bit. All I needed for another day.
The Battle of the Eagles takes center stage at the Limbe Omnisport Stadium in Limbe as Group F of the African Cup of Nations comes alive. Two teams with very little AFCON glory but huge continental pedigree to their names lock horns in what is a headline fixture in the tournament in Cameroon. The Carthage Eagles' last and only success at lifting the African Cup of Nations title was back in 2004 and on home soil, meaning it's been 18 years of starvation for one of Africa's finest side. Mali, on the other hand, have seen an abundance of talents come through for them, especially at the AFCON, but even that has not been enough so far for them to propel them to Africa's biggest prize in terms of winning. The closest they have come to that feat was a 1-0 final defeat to Congo back in 1972. Different generations, different players, but the goal remains the same. Which eagle will fly high? Today, the Limbo Stadium awaits with all the answers. Time to take the national anthems of the two sides, starting with that of the Tunisians. And now the national anthem of the Malians. And so we are set for action now there at the Omnisport Stadium in Limbe. Cameroon continues to go lit as Group F takes center stage this afternoon. It is Tunisia, the Carthage Eagles, champions in 2004, who take on the ones who have never been crowned champions. The last time they came close to achieving that feat was back in 1972 as the Malians were beaten 1-0 by the People's Republic of Congo in that final of the African Cup of Nations. Will it be the Carthage Eagles or will it be the Eagles of Mali? Two generations of certainly different goals looking to claim Africa's biggest prize here in Cameroon. The players are on the pitch of play and everyone's set for action in what promises to be a really, really enthralling encounter. Tunisians in their traditional home attire and what we've come to know as their traditional outfit, and Malians playing in what will be as well technically the away side in this one, and it promises to be quite the encounter indeed. It will be a clash of the Eagles like I've said all through, and I'll run you through the starting 11 for the two sides in this encounter. But from our very, very quickly, what an entertaining game this one will be. Capacity not particularly very impressive, but we still have football on our hands anyway.
Well, I would like to be a bit cautious before using the word entertaining. Not many of the games we've seen at the Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon have actually, can be described with such glowing terms. Hopefully it will be. Hopefully that will be the question. We did see an entertaining game, to be honest, yesterday. I would think one of the most entertaining, apart from the opening encounter between the Intermediate Lions and, of course, the Burkina Faso counterparts. Yesterday's match between the Pharaohs and the Eagles was quite an interesting one. Maybe I'm a bit biased because, of course, I've got Nigerian sentiments, but I hope this is a clash, that would live up to its billing. Two sides who are almost always nearly there, clashing at the very first game in this group encounter.
And we are up and running at the Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe, venue for this one. Mali against Tunisia, Tunisia against Mali. The Tunisians playing in all white attire and playing from left to right of our screens, while Mali playing the opposite direction, sporting green shirts, yellow shorts and yellow socks, playing from right to left of our screens. 34 minutes on the clock, or 34 seconds rather on the clock. It is the Malians who are looking very, very dangerous in the opening stages of this one. And an early shot on goal from the Malians. Centre forward for the side, goes out for a corner kick for the Malians. I'll bring you the starting 11 for the two sides in really what promises for me personally to be an entertaining encounter. These two sides have known each other, haven't particularly played each other continuously on the African continent. But like I said earlier at the start, Mali do know how to get a result over the Tunisians. Corner kick to the Malians. Corner kick quickly taken by the Malians. And a headed clearance again. And I think that one got a touch from the goalkeeper for the Tunisian, sporting number 22 shirt. It was a corner kick that almost caught the goalkeeper out. Another corner kick will be taken from the left-hand side. The Malians with early pressure against the Tunisians. Cross goes in an outswinger and a Malian head connects with it. But it was always high and rising and goes out for a goal kick. Bright start from the Malians, Ufoma.
I absolutely love it. Maybe after 2 minutes we could use the word entertaining. I would say, are you a prophet? Because it was a good start from the Malians. Right from the onset, the start of the referee's whistle, they just wanted to give it to their opponents. They were able to force that corner kick. I think they got two corner kicks in quick succession. Great save from the Tunisian goalkeeper Betra Ben Said to actually stop the very first corner kick, and then the second one, the header, a bit not so great and not on target. Of course, play has restarted.
Play restarts and Tunisia will have a throw-in down the right-hand side of their attack, and perfect time to bring you that starting 11 for the two sides. Betra Ben Said is the goalkeeper for the Tunisians. Hamza Mathlouthi is in there. Ali Maloul, Hannibal Medri, Bilal Ifa is also in there for the Tunisians. Montasir Talbi alongside Aissa Bilal Laidouni, Dylan Bron, Naim Sliti, Wabi Kazri the captain, Hannibal Medri also in there for them. For the Malians, this is what the managers put out in terms of personnel. Ibrahim Mankoro is the goalkeeper. Hamri Traore, the captain for the side. Masaido Haidara, Diade Semaseku is in there alongside Falai Sako, Boubacar Kouyaté, Adama Malouda Traore, sporting jersey number 14, Amadou Haidara number 4, Ibrahim Kone number 18, Adama Nos Traore number 21, and Musa Yuno the man from the Premier League, sporting jersey number 19. Familiar names we know from these sides, from the Malians. And we spoke about the quality they've produced over the years with former, certainly the likes of the former Barcelona midfielder in there for the Malians. Different generations, but the target has got to be the same for the Malians this time around. Tunisia have another attack, and they come down the right-hand side. Wabi Kazri leading that attack for the Tunisians. He's brought down, and the referee will allow play to continue. The Malians have it and work it ever so well defensively. Have it in their 18-yard box, and it's a misplaced pass to the Tunisians. And Mali will pick it up deep in the center circle. They have an opportunity to build an attack here. This could be dangerous for the Tunisians, but great defending by Bron. And the Tunisians will win a free kick down the left-hand side of their attack. Looks like it's going to be a midfield battle all day, every day. And Ufoma, that certainly is where football matches are won.
Definitely, and of course, to a large extent, good attack there from Mali, but great defensive work from the Tunisian defender to ensure that nothing came out of that one. See, with one hallmark of the Eagles, talking about the Malian Eagles, is how aggressive they can actually be. I talked about how, that defensively there is solid unit, but they also come with that aggression. You would want to say that most West African teams actually have that aggressive nature, and that could be it could be something that one way or the other the Tunisians might not be able to live with, especially in the hot sun out there in Cameroon.
The conditions have been quite difficult for the players in Cameroon, and according to the competition's regulations, there will be time to take in sip of water to cool down the temperatures for the players. The Tunisians have it at the back. And this, I don't know if it's just me, Ufoma, but this stadium certainly looks bigger than the one the Super Eagles played in. And that does make for better conditions for football.
Yes, it does look bigger. Just the pictures already from screens allude to that fact, Samuel.
The Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe, even as Mali have a free kick deep in their own half. Number 28 shirt for the Tunisians, Aissa Laidouni, committing the foul on that occasion. Tunisia and Mali have met twice previously, each time in the group stage of the African Cup of Nations. Mali won 2-0 back in 1994 before a 1-1 draw in 2 competitions ago in 2019. This will be Tunisia's 20th participation in the African Cup of Nations and their 15th consecutive appearance in a row, even as the Malians have an attack. An early interesting ball for the Malians, squared across the face of goal, but only as far as the Tunisian player who clears, and the Malians still have it on the edge of the box. And finally the Tunisian's defender sticks in the foot, number 21 Hamza Mathlouti, the right back, and he concedes a corner kick rather to the Malians. 6 minutes on the clock. It's been a very, very interesting play, especially from the Malians down the left hand side with number 19, the man we popularly know, Moussa Genepo, leading the attack for the Malians. Corner kick will be taken by the Malians. It's an outswinger taken from the left hand side. It's a disappointing one that finds...
That was a bit of a waste, to be honest. A bit of a waste. But then the Eagles actually reclaimed the ball, and I think they've earned for themselves another corner kick. The very first corner kick about 30 seconds ago was an absolute waste. Way more than where the players were gathered in the 18-yard area. Somehow, just when you thought Tunisia were going to go on a quick counter-attack, great defensive work there to steal the ball and force yet another corner kick.
Corner kick number 4 for the Malians in the opening 7 minutes of this game. This time it will be taken from the right-hand side of their attack. Left foot swings it in. It is an in-swinger, only as far as the Tunisian head who clears. Opportunity for the Tunisians to build something, as Mali struggled to clear that one defensively. Kouyaté and Sako eventually getting that one back to the goalkeeper, Ibrahim Monkuru. And he picks out the right back, Hamari Traore, on that occasion. Mali come forward yet again. Long ball into the Tunisian half, but that's as useless a ball as you get. And it will be a throwing to the Tunisians.
Well, while there are loads and loads of turmoil out there at home politically, with sanctions from ECOWAS, France, backing the regional body with the sanctions that have been placed on Mali. Well, the players out here on the field of play ain't caring, do not care about all of those issues. They look like after 10 minutes or thereabouts this particular game that their hearts are out here on the field of play. They have a point to prove. They really want to get something out of this game and are not letting the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia even have a sniff of breath.
And here come the Tunisians down the right hand side of their attack, and it will be, unfortunately, for the Tunisian player who wants a throwing the other direction. Mali gets that throw. Laidouni looking to pick out Naim Sliti on that occasion. The Malians have a throw, will be taken down the left hand side. Masario Haidara. And I think that name does ring a bell, Masario
RB
Haidara.
Leipzig midfielder. He's been linked to Manchester United. One of the better players in the German Bundesliga side. Can do a lot of job in the middle of the park. He can be your defensive midfielder. He could, get in with a few attacks. He could get with the tackles. More like a jack of all trade, more or less, the RB Leipzig man. So yes, he's quite popular.
Hopefully he's a master of one at the very least. Masario Haidara. And I think he also had connections back with Newcastle United back in the day. If that's the same Masario we're talking about.
I'm not sure. Again, can't really remember him as Newcastle. Even
Masario Haidara once broke his foot back playing for Newcastle under Alan Pardew. A horrific injury that one was. Took him about 8 months to recover. Just to confirm if that's the same Masadio for you. But this particular Masadio playing is actually from RB Leipzig in terms of club football at the moment. Tunisians have possession with their goalkeeper. Bechir Ben Said plays it out to Mathlouthi. Lumps it upfield into the Tunisian half, looking for Wabi Kazri, headed clear by the Malians. Malians pick it up again. This time Mathlouthi.
There are actually two Aidaras in the Malian side. One is actually Amadou Aidara. That's the RB Leipzig man. So the one you actually mentioned.
Got to be Masadio.
Exactly.
Masadio Haidara, former Magpie, was one of the best players back under Alan Pardew before he picked up that horrific injury that kept him out for a long time.
Couple of seasons ago, used to be at Newcastle, but these days he plies it straight out there in France.
So there you have it, information you could use. Certainly African players lighting up the continent, and the African Cup of Nations over the years has produced quality, especially when you talk of these two sides. That 2004 generation for Tunisia, who won the AFCON, had a certain Brazilian in it, Dos Santos, and another Tunisian legend in Raid Jaziri. They scored goals in that tournament to propel Tunisia to being crowned champions. And I guess the goal will be the same for them out here in Cameroon. The Malians have it in midfield. Here they come, number 5 for the Malians. They've been the better of the two sides in the opening stages of this game. A marauding run down the left-hand side will win a throwing for the Malians. And it comes from their left back, Diaide Samaseko. Throw will be taken by the Malians down the left-hand side. Throw infield. Looking for Adama Traore, will go out for a goal kick. According to the referee, will be a corner kick considered by the number 5 shirt for Tunisia. And that will be corner number 5 for Mali. And it's only taken, we've only played 12 minutes. Tells you the domination from the West African side, Mali.
Yep.
And the corner kick goes in, connecting with the header there is a Malian. But that one sails high and wide, and goalkeeper for Tunisia, Bechir Ben Said, will not be troubled on that occasion.
Well, but there seems to be a bit of a trouble for one of the Tunisian players. Clash of heads, I think. Okay, not necessarily clash of heads. The header, after the header, the way the player was landing actually clashed into his Tunisian opponents and looked like the North African came off worse afterwards.
Kiki Kouyaté connecting with the cross from that corner kick. And number 3 for the Tunisians, Montassi Talbi on the turf receiving treatment. 12 minutes on the clock at the Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe, Cameroon. It is Tunisia taking on Mali, Group F fixture. The first of the matches in Group F. It is 0-0 as it stands, 13 minutes on the clock. And more action continues in this group as well. Malians clearly have been the better of the two sides, but more importantly, the result stays at 0-0 for the Tunisians. Goal kick will be taken by Ben Said.
I did tell you about how you're not particularly certain which of the Tunisians will turn up. At least the first 14 minutes of this game, the one that has turned up is the one that have not been able to get out of their own field. Wabi Kazri actually, who is the man who gives them lots of opening going forward, has not even been in this particular game. He's not been allowed to weave those magic. The aggression with which the Malian Eagles have actually come with in this particular game has ensured that Tunisia have been unable to actually get out of their own half, even make those passes here and there. You can see even the action we're looking at right now. They've actually lost possession, and this could be actually dangerous for them.
Chance for Mali on the edge of the box, tries a shot, and that's blocked by the Tunisian player. Not totally clear this time. A high boot from Bilal Ifa sends it to the center circle, and that's a bit of relief now for the Tunisians. Hannibal Mejri chasing the ball, but will not keep it in play. And the coach for the Malians, certainly up on his feet in the early stages of this game. Mangasuba is his name, 63-year-old, coaching the Malians for the second time. Mali having midfield yet again, but this time they will win a free kick. Foul committed there on the number 8 shirt for Mali, Diadie Samaseko. They clearly have won the midfield battle in the opening stages of this game, the Malians.
Absolutely. Dominated it, not allowed the Carthage Eagles any form of breathing space. Close marking, as we call it in local parlance. And it's really working for them in the first quarter of this game.
Masadio Haidara on the left-hand side plays it back to Kuyate. Kuyate lumps it outfield, but only as far as Dylan Braun. Headed clearance into the Malian half, and that surely will be a foul by Mathlouthi on the number 19 shirt. The man we know as Moussa Jenepo plays his football in the Premier League. Tunisia's only African Cup of Nations title, like we told you earlier, goes back to 2014 when they hosted the competition. 2004, I beg your pardon. Since that time, they've progressed past the quarterfinals only just once, and that was in 2019. Mali.
We beat them in the third place match last time around. It was Tunisia who beat in the third place match after losing to Algeria. Yeah.
So that surely is a second time for them, the Tunisians. Well, talking about Mali and their statistics at the African Cup of Nations, were back in play at the Limbe Stadium. They do have a free kick. Masadio, or the other Haidara for Mali, wins that one. And it will be a free kick from the left-hand side of the Malian attack. Will it be an outswinger? There's Moussa Jenepo standing just away from that ball. It will be Masadio Haidara to swing his left boot around this one. There are 5 Malians on the edge of the box looking to connect with the header. Free kick will be taken. Ben Said organizing the wall. It's just a one-man wall. The cross goes in from Haidara. It's a deep one to the far post. The Tunisian head meets it with the clearance. Back with the Malians. Number 17 tries a cross in. Would deflect off, and the Malians still do have it. And they keep winning the second balls, the Malians, giving the Tunisians absolutely no breathing space whatsoever. Here they come, the Malians. Down the right-hand side will be a cross in. From the right back, takes a deep cross into the box. Looking for Jenepo. Cleared out there by Mathlouthi. Back with Jenepo again. Mathlouthi close to him. But this time they have the Malians. Space for them to exploit on the edge of the box. And the ball is walked back to the right-hand side for the Malians. Tunisians chasing the Malians all over the pitch of play at this point. And that pass looking for the Adama Traore will be cut out there.
Looks like we're going to see the very first yellow card of this game. Not so great tackle there from Hamari Traore, ensuring that of course the referee would get into his pockets to actually, issue him with that yellow card. Traore, the captain of the side, did look like he was about to get done there by Sitri, the man who's the attacking midfielder for the Tunisian side, and he thought that that could possibly open up a quick counter attack, knowing that they have been the ones on the offensive just before losing possession. Well, I wouldn't call that taking one for the team. I think Sitri was a little too farther off. And it's less than 20 minutes in this game. Early yellow card, and he's going to be on the edge for the rest of this particular game. Not a pretty sight.
Certainly not a pretty sight. Only just 18 minutes on the clock. The first yellow card shown to the player there for the Malians by the referee Gianni Sikazwe. He comes from the Zambia. Certainly one of Africa's finest when it comes to refereeing. Tunisians take that throw down the left-hand side. And play restarts. The Tunisians have it deep in their own half. Goes all the way back to Bilal Ifa. And he finds Hamza Mathlouthi. Picks out Dylan Braun. Back with Mathlouthi. Tunisians looking to build from the back. Ball infield. Looking for Wabi Kazri, who's been kept so quiet in this game so far by the Malians. Here he comes, Wabi. Looking to steal the ball of the Malian midfielder in Adama Traore. Doesn't do it. And the Tunisians have the ball yet again in their half. Here they come now down the left-hand side. Ali Maloul bumping down. He's got space. He's got pace as well. deep in the Malian half, but a stray pass will only find a Malian. And that surely will be a throw to the Tunisians.
Another set of stray passes from both teams in the last 30 seconds or thereabout. A bit of a ding-dong affair. One-sided, I might want to admit, because Mali have actually come out smoking, more aggressive, creating half chances here and there. A few from set pieces, trying to, winging those crosses into the area. But somehow the Carthage Eagles have been up to the task, defending very well and heading off, clearing out all of those crosses that come into their box from the Malians.
Well, they do have a throwing, the Tunisians. Throw taking, looking for Hannibal Medri, dispossessed of the ball. Here they come now, the Malians, deep in the Tunisian half. There's just 2 players in the half, up against the 6 Tunisians. Traore, infield, plays it to number 4 for Tunisia. Haidara, Amadou Haidara finds Dedu Samaseko. Masadio Haidara this time plays it back to Kouyaté, and he finds Sako, and the switch play back to the center circle with Sako. Sako lumps it upfield, looking for Adama Traore. Traore has it, almost loses possession. Back with Samaseko. Infield for Musa Jenepo, he's fouled. Referee allows play to continue. Sikazwe, the referee from Zambia. Tunisia lump it upfield. Another disappointing ball falls kindly to Hannibal Medri, and he's dispossessed finally by the Malians. Switch of play to the right hand side for the Malians. Clever little touch, but the Tunisian head will have it again. Mali wins it in midfield yet again. The second balls have always been won by the Malians. And finally, that will be a free kick to Mali. Quickly taking, and that surely will be another free kick. Haidara brought down Masadio Haidara, the former Newcastle United man. And yet another yellow card shown by the referee, Sikazwe. And this time it goes to Hamza Mathlouthi of Tunisia. 21 minutes on the clock. Tunisia 0, Mali 0. Mali, the Eagles they are called, are so far unbeaten against Tunisia at the African Cup of Nations. They have met twice previously, each time in the group phase. Mali won 2-0, like I told you earlier, in 1994, before a 1-0 draw in 2009. Mali's best performance dates back to 1972, the only previous time the AFCON was held in Cameroon. Coincidentally, Mali lost 3-2 in the final against Congo, and they have never lost their opening game at the African Cup of Nations, the Malians. 6 wins and 5 draws. This is match number 12. Will that tradition continue, or will the Carthage Eagles have something to say about that? Masadio Haidara still receiving treatment on the turf. 22 minutes on the clock. Foul committed by Mathlouthi. He's been shown a yellow card. And the manager for Mali, Manga Suba, has got to be very, very happy with the way his side have performed 23 minutes in. Sikazwe allowing the treatment to continue, and Haidara certainly will go off and be allowed to come back on. And hopefully the players can get a bit of refreshment in that period. Play will restart with a free kick to Mali in the center circle. Free kick taken by Kouyaté. Will go all the way to Hamari Traore, the man who received the first yellow card in this game. Interesting ball to find Adama Traore. He has it on the edge of the box. The Malians still do have it. Can he pick out someone? He does pick out his teammate, not the way he would have wanted. Adama Traore has it. And this time the Tunisian leg will consider throw to the Malians. Throw will be taken by the Malians. Down the right hand side, Haidara will take that, or Traore rather will take that. Hamari Traore takes the throw in, but only as far as the Tunisian head. And the Tunisians are playing it dangerously at the back. Finally they put a boot to it, looking for Sliti. He's beaten to it. Play back in the center circle with the Malians yet again, and it seems like the physicality of the Malians is something the Tunisians are struggling to cope with.
Yep, very true. So how Janopo a few seconds ago was able to shake off his marker and actually ensure that even though the ball was bouncing awkwardly, he still got wind of it.
Now Sadio Haidara on a very interesting run finally surrenders possession to Dylan Bron, who storms upfield. He's got 3 Tunisian players up ahead of him, but somehow Traore wins the ball back very cleverly, and it almost broke for the Malians on the edge of the box. But Tunisians have it clear now through Bilal Ifa.
And lose it again.
And certainly it's something we've come to know them do all game. 25 minutes in, the Tunisians cannot keep the ball for too long. And a cause for worry for the Tunisian manager, Kebaye. Masadio Haidara. Musa Janopo with a clever turn, but will not get the throw he thought he will have. Mathlouthi with no contact whatsoever. Throw to Tunisia down the right. Mathlouthi takes it, finds Ben Ifar. Montasir Tabil will pick it up now. And the ball goes back onto Bechir Ben Said, the goalkeeper. The Tunisians always looking to build from the back, which is something synonymous with North African football. Hasn't particularly been a good start for the North African sides in the competition so far. Morocco, the only side from North Africa to record a win over Ghana from West Africa. Certainly this is another North Africa-West Africa battle. Dylan Bron all the way to Mathlouthi. And a walkabout pace now for the Tunisians, in no hurry to build. Wabi Kazri, starved of possession so far, walks from an offside position to play himself back on, wouldn't be picked out with the pass. Tunisians still do have it, and the winner free kick in midfield, the Tunisians. Shkiri on that occasion. Elias Shkiri. Tunisians take that free kick very, very quickly. Here they come down the right hand side. Early cross could almost break for Tunisian. Surely does, and this could be the first chance for Tunisia. And the Malians will play that one out for a corner kick. Tunisia's first corner kick so far. And that corner kick is conceded by number 4 shirt for the Malians. And it will be a corner kick to the Tunisians. The big men up front for Tunisia come for this one. Will be an outswinger from the right hand side. Corner kick taken only as far as the Malian head. Danger not totally clear by the Malians. Finally they do clear. Musa Janopo chasing down the loose ball, and it does well to win it back. Musa Janopo, possibility for a counter attack. It's 1-on-1 with the Malians and the Tunisians. Both players go down, and the referee decides the foul was committed by the Malian attacker and gives the free kick to the Tunisians. He clearly looks displeased, the Malian attacker. And that was Ibrahima Kone committing the foul on number 21 for Tunisia, Hamza Mathlouthi. And the players will go in for a bit of refreshment, water refreshment.
Can I have mine too?
And we certainly are getting refreshed by Coca-Cola. They're working with us for the African Cup of Nations. So you certainly want to refresh with Coca-Cola, even as the players on the pitch of play taking a sip of water. Also, big shout outs to our partners, MTN, for working alongside us during this broadcast. Tunisia 0, Mali 0. 28 minutes on the clock. Group F fixture. Game being played at the Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe, Cameroon.
It's pettered off a bit after the fire start. We actually had the first 12 minutes. The last 5, 7, or maybe 10 minutes have been a bit dull. We've gone into a lull, so to speak, in this one. Mali have not been able to enforce things the way they did from the very onset. Tunisia themselves, have not been able to get off their half particularly well, except for maybe once when they ended up getting a corner kick. It's looks a really cagey affair, but as it is right now after 30 minutes, if there's going to be a goal, you want to think it's the Eagles from West Africa.
Guys, remember you can join the conversation on WhatsApp 08095975805. Tell us what you make of this game. Play restarts with a Tunisian attack, and Wabi Kazri was stripped of possession. And the Tunisians still do have it down the left-hand side. 1-2 play will be cut out there by the Malians. And that surely will be a free kick. Referee allows play to continue. Sikazwe, the referee. Tunisia looking to get a foothold on the game finally. Play switches to the left-hand side to pick out Mathlouthi. He does get it, has Djenepo for company. Wiggles away from Djenepo. Djenepo sticks out a foot, wins the ball cleanly. And Mali have the opportunity to break. There are 3 Malians in the box out. This is a one-on-one situation. The striker Kone looking to take on Dylan for company. Montesi Talbi on that occasion, and he does ever so well.
Brilliant defending there. His opponent, talking about the Malian, was just trying to use his space to get the better of him, but he was having none of that. Covered his flanks very well and ensured that the West African wasn't able to get past. Because if he had done, maybe we would have been talking about the very first goal of the game. But I honestly love the way Mali are able to, turn their aggression into recycling possession, steal possession, and then try to build once again. Once they actually do that, they're really not giving Tunisia any form of breathing space in this particular game.
And Masadio Haidara certainly been involved in the opening stages of this game. He's been brought down one too many times, and he does win a free kick. Free kick considered by Hannibal Mejbri. Much to his displeasure, Hannibal. And Mali come forward as expected yet again, down the right-hand side. This time with Adama Traore. He loses possession to Ali Maloul. Lumps it upfield looking for Aissa Ladouni. But will only get as far as Hamari Traore. Ball back with the goalkeeper Ibrahim Munkuru. And it's actually the first time in a long while I've seen the goalkeeper for Mali, Munkuru. And Djenepo continues to use his pace to disturb Mathlouthi. And this time the decision will go the way of Djenepo. Mathlouthi already in the referee's book. He's got to be very careful now.
Not sure that should have actually even been a foul. Talk less of a possible card. Djenepo tried to beat his opponent for pace, couldn't get it, and then threw himself to the ground. Not sure that's a foul. It's a shoulder to shoulder. They were both trying to beat themselves at that point in time. Djenepo knew he was not going to get onto the ball, threw himself to the floor and conned the referee.
And it certainly made, by dint of the pictures we are seeing, Mr. Sikazwe look the fool.
And why is he on the floor?
Well, when you've lied, you have to find a way to look like you said the truth. The medics are on, and Djenepo finally gets on his feet.
And now he stands up when the stretchers are here.
Really should look embarrassed.
Someone said footballers will not make heaven.
And he's shown a yellow card, the referee, to... Is that gone to the player?
I think it's gone to the player.
Djenepo.
I think it's for that antics of waiting for the stretcher, then the stretcher comes and then he stands up and, well deserved. Absolute brilliant refereeing, even though he still conned him and got the foul, the free kick.
Free kick will be taken by the Malians down the left-hand side. 33 minutes on the clock. Mali nil, Tunisia nil. Masadio's left boot swings it in only as far as the Tunisian headed clear. But again, only as far as a Malian player in midfield. Ball will bounce rather awkwardly for the Malian defense to deal with. Finally, a long clearance by Kouyaté. Lumps it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Ben Said.
Will that now be counted as a shot on target?
It certainly was on target between the sticks.
Please.
The funny statistics in football and how they do manage to come up with these things. Really does look crazy sometimes. Tunisia go forward and another misplaced pass by the Tunisians. That time Ali Maloul. And Mali bring it forward now. Samaseko looking for Djenepo. And that one goes out for a throwing to Tunisia. So 3 yellow cards shown foul by the referee Sikazwe in the game. 2 to Marlin Hamari Traore and Musa Djenepo. And 1 to Hamza Mathlouthi for the Tunisian side. We still await the first goal in this game. It's 34 minutes in Limbe. Tunisia nil, Mali nil. Group F fixture. And sometimes the game has just ebbed and flowed. And no real spark and creativity from both sides. Free kick to Tunisia. And there's been one too many stoppages. Making for anything but free-flowing football from the two sides. This time, number 23 shirt for the Tunisians in 9, Sliti, is brought down by the Malian player Diade Samasekou. And Tunisia have a free kick of their own, and Wabi Kazri stands over it. He's been a passenger for almost all entirety of the game so far. One of the more experienced players in the Tunisian setup, Wabi Kazri, plays for Saint Etienne in France. 5 Tunisian players in the box, and Wabi Kazri will take it as an in-swinger from the left-hand side. It's a deep one, and that sums up Tunisia's performance in the opening 35 minutes.
Absolutely.
A disappointing delivery from Wabi Kazri.
Dreadful, and if for someone who, for the forward and former Sunderland man, when Sunderland were actually in the Premier League, these days they're in League 1 or League 2. For someone who comes with that bag of experience, who's more or less the creative hub of this Tunisian team, to actually waste that free kick the way he did, Samuel, like you rightly said, just sums up the first 36 minutes or thereabouts we've seen in this particular game from a Tunisian point of view.
Another North African side looking to claim 3 points. Morocco 1-0 victors over Ghana back on Monday.
Absolutely enjoyable victory. Sorry, Ghanaians.
Well, we certainly don't care whether Ghana win or lose. And Nigeria defeating another North African side in Egypt by 1-0 courtesy of a Kelechi Iheanacho strike. And Tunisia will be hoping to give some sort of hope to the North African contingent. But Mali have been the better of the two sides in the opening 36 minutes. Here they come, Mali. Musa Janepo has space to run into. He takes a cross to the far post, could almost connect. There was the Malian player, and Kone arriving at the far post, but couldn't direct his header on goal. Brilliant play from the Malians. Musa Janepo teasing Mathlouti, and a brilliant cross to the far post. Unfortunately, there was little or no connection from the player there.
That was a great move there from Mali. I think it was one of the Traores who actually had a great run there. Was able to shake off 2 of his markers and then set up the ball on the left hand side for Janepo, whose cross into the air was quite dangerous. Ouch, looks like we're going to see another yellow, but great referee in there. He allowed play go on, and this could be a great opportunity for Tunisia. They ended up wasting that one. I'm sure the referee will recall the incident and possibly give a yellow card to one of the Malian defenders who actually went in a bit to clear the ball and ended up hitting his opponents from behind.
That chance goes begging for the Tunisians. One of the rare occasions they've actually stormed forward in the game. For all of their brilliance and experience, for all of the sleek players they have, they certainly have been second best to the Malians so far. Tunisia will take that throw down the right hand side of their attack.
Did they qualify for the final players of the World Cup? They did.
Certainly do the Tunisians.
They should give us the Tunisians. Beat them black and blue.
Well, by dint of the performance they've put out so far, opening fixture for Tunisia, it only tells you the story of the competition for them and North Africa in general. Corner kick will be taken by the Tunisians. 38 minutes on the clock. Tunisia 0, Mali 0. Lazy approach to taking that one for the Tunisians. Finally, they do take it, and it's a deflection. Certainly, that is handball off a Tunisian player, and the referee spots that one brilliantly. Montassi Talbi, the man who connected with the ball with his arm.
They've been quite disappointing. I'm talking about the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia right here. Really, really disappointing, I have to say. But had almost like a flawless 2021 where they won 7 out of their 10 fixtures coming into this particular. So on form, they're actually decent on paper coming into this game. But what we've seen after 40 minutes of action on the field of play, I would say as a Super Eagles fan, bring on the Carthage Eagles.
Early stages in the tournament for every side, but Nigeria certainly can be deemed as the team with the best performance in the competition so far. Don't take my word for it. We've seen the Moroccans play. We've seen the Ghanaians play. We've seen the Egyptians play. We've seen the Cameroonians play as well. A shot from distance. Sadio Haidara, the former Newcastle United man, takes one from distance. Well, that certainly had, for a second, the goalkeeper Ben Said struggling. It's an attempt that must be commended in any way. Going back to that earlier chance for Adama Traore. Brilliant teasing by Musa Djenepo. Unfortunately, the ball was a bit too heavy for Adama Traore to connect to. Mali have it yet again, expectedly with Masadio Haidara. He will take a throw-in. The referee holds proceedings for a bit of a word with someone. Great initiative by the former Newcastle man Haidara to take the strike, but it was always sailing away from goal. And we are 5 minutes away from halftime here at the Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe. What promised to be a fiery encounter has not particularly lived up to the billing. Tunisia very, very disappointing, and Mali clearly needing a bit more cutting edge to open the scoring in this game. Here they have it down the edge of the box, but Tunisia brilliant defending by Dylan Braun and Montasi Tabil to send the ball back to the goalkeeper Bechir Ben Said. And you wonder why the goalkeeper is delaying time. But going into the break from Tunisia or Mali, who would certainly be the happier of the two sides?
I'm not sure anyone will be happy, to be very honest. But if there's one, if I have to answer that question and say who would be happier, I probably think the Tunisians, because they've been on the back foot for most part of this game, and to go in with a fighting chance of possibly getting something out of the game, knowing that at 0-0 it can still be anyone's game. I would think the North Africans will be the happier of the two teams.
North Africa very clever with taking game management, and they certainly are looking dangerous in the last stages of this game, or minutes rather of this game. Wabi Kazri tries one from distance, blocked. The ball bobbles in the center circle this time. The Malians will pick it up. Traore. And they calm things down, the Malians at the heart of defense. Falae Sako has it now, will play it out to Hamari Traore, one of the two Traores in the starting 11. And he picks out the other Traore in Adama. Adama finds the other Traore, this time Kone has it. They've got two on the edge of the box, and Djenepo is brought down yet again. Referee allows play to continue this time.
It was a fine tackle. Nothing on it. Djenepo is just lying on the floor, hoping to con the referee once again, but the referee ain't buying none of that this afternoon.
And Kazri, Wabi Kazri switches play nicely to Malou, who looks for a deep cross to the far post to pick out Slitty. Headed clear by the Malian defense, this time back with Wabi. He swings a dangerous one to the far post, only one Tunisian looking to arrive. And the boot of the Malian defense hoofs it clear to the other half of the field. And the Tunisians will pick it up down the left-hand side of their attack. Dylan Braun, centre back for Tunisia, sends one infield, and the Tunisians surrender possession this time with Kone. Is brought down, and that certainly will be a free kick to Mali, just a couple of inches away from the centre circle. He's had to work tirelessly, the centre forward for Mali, Ibrahima Kone, the man who plays for Sarpsborg in Norway, born on the 16th of June 1999. Free kick to Mali, 43 minutes on the clock, 2 minutes away from half-time in this game in Limbe. Tunisia 0, Mali 0. We're keeping ourselves refreshed with Coca-Cola. And of course, having strong connections with our friends at MTN, bringing to you this broadcast. Can the Malians snatch the initiative going into the break? Haidara's free kick floated in, headed clear by Dylan Braun, but only as far as Kone. Make that Traore. Traore teasing the Tunisian defense, almost gets his way, but he will commit the foul and it will be a free kick to the Malian side. The Tunisian side, I beg your pardon. Adama Traore late on, looking for inspiration but wouldn't find it. And it's been that sort of game at the African Cup of Nations. Tunisia and Mali, for large spells of it, failing to produce the spark. And there will be added time by the fourth official. Wait to confirm how many minutes will be added on. Tunisia in the center circle. Malul switches play to the midfield to find Skiri. Skiri plays it out to Mathlouthi. All the way back to Dylan Braun. Dylan Braun switches it to the left-hand side to pick out Malul. Wabi Kazri. Talbi striding forward into the Malian half. Picks out Mathlouthi, the right back. And Wabi Kazri will be open to pick it up. He does have it. This could be dangerous for the Malians in the final few seconds of this game. Wabi Kazri going. Clever touch. Wabi Kazri short. And the block there from Sako. And finally they do clear through Musa Jenepo. And the referee, Mr. Sikazu, allows play to continue. We have 1 minute 5 seconds deep into added time. And that cross from Malou will only go as far as the goalkeeper, Ibrahima Mankoro. And that takes us certainly to half time. Once the goal kick is taken, you would sense that Mr. Sikazo will end the first 45 and bring proceedings to a halt for half time. Tunisia and Mali in Group F. Looking to get themselves off to a winning start in the competition. Kouyaté, and finally the referee holds proceedings for half-time. It's a game that hasn't produced the spark as expected from the two sides. The Eagles both are called. Tunisia and Mali head on into the break, deadlocked at 0-0. Half-time at the Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe. It is Tunisia 0, Mali 0.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? All I needed was the love again. All I needed for another day. And though I am you, only you. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me?
Ale, welcome back to our broadcast right here on 993 Nigeria Info. We are Femi and the gang. We are Nigeria Info, bringing to you African Cup of Nations coverage right here on the station, number one station for news, talk, and sports. Halftime at the Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe. It is a Tunisia 0, Mali 0, Group F fixture. The opening of those fixtures are currently ongoing. Halftime in that one, certainly not the game we expected it to be in terms of spark and creativity. Mali have been the better of the two sides, but have struggled to really create something clear-cut. But the Tunisians have really been caught out cold and have labored to keep their passes together in the game so far, 45 minutes into it. So what have you made of the game, rather? We're going to the phone lines to take your thoughts right now. 0700 993 993 993 01 465 7190. But before then, I'm going to tell you something about our fantastic partners at MTN. And they're telling us that the Nations Cup has kicked off and they have got the most exciting news for all football lovers. Yes, and what is that news all about? Banting with your friends over football is cool, but winning cash prizes over how much you know about these games is way cooler. And thanks to MTN, you stand a chance to win big in the MTN football promo. How do you win, you ask? Well, let me break it down for you at very simple and easy terms. Just dial *205# on your MTN line at the cost of 50 naira daily or 200 naira weekly to test how much you know about football stats, football facts, and trivia, and be amongst the 5 lucky Nigerians to win an all-expense-paid trip to the...
Pass to Kettle. He swerves. He strikes. It's a goal. His 100th goal.
No, that was the 99th goal.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
If you are the national team's #1 supporter, then it's time to cash out with the MTN football promo. Simply dial *205# and you stand a chance to win amazing cash prizes and an all-expense-paid trip to Cameroon 2021. MTN football promo for those who know Naija football.
How do you win, you ask? Well, let me break it down for you once again. Just dial *205 on your MTN line at the cost of 50 naira daily or 200 naira weekly to test how much you know about football stats, football facts, and trivia, and be amongst the five lucky Nigerians to win an all-expense-paid trip to Cameroon 2021. Wow! Like really, wow. I certainly do like that. And that's not all for you to know. Well, 10 lucky Nigerians get to win 10,000 naira daily, I beg your pardon, 100,000 naira monthly, and one true Naija fan stands a chance to win 1 whopping million naira. Yes, it's raining money so early in the year, and I'm definitely participating in the MTN football promo. Certainly, I will participate. You can bet on that. What better way to begin your year than to win amazing prizes? And you know what to do? Just dial *205# right now. Remember, guys, terms and conditions apply. Certainly, amazing news for you to use, courtesy of our friends at MTN. Tunisia 0, Mali 0. That's the state of things at halftime at the Stade Omnisport Stadium in Limbe. What have you made of it? How disappointing are you to seeing such two traditionally big teams on the African continent produce this sort of performance, especially when you look at what the Super Eagles of Nigeria did yesterday against Egypt? Are you thinking maybe the North African sides that many thought will be favorites for this one are really not going to do well when it comes to what we've seen from Morocco, from Egypt, and now from Tunisia as well? 0700 993 993 993. Hi there, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Samuel.
Hi there, Friday, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Foma.
Ufama is somewhere in the studio. He says hi.
Good game, Samuel, but the Mali, they should be very careful in the second half, because once the game proceeds into the 70-75 minutes, the Tunisia, you know, them, the North Africa, they are
very clever people.
They are very clever people. They will be looking for necessary penalty and the free. So that is why the Malians have to be very careful with their tackle and all the rest. They should keep their temper. They should keep it low because any mistake for them is going to the referee will just going to be scored as a penalty. They should be very careful.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Friday, for calling in. 014657190. That line is for female callers. Good afternoon. Hi.
Good afternoon. My name is Frank, calling from Yaba.
Frank, could you speak up a bit? I'm struggling to hear you.
Okay, my name is Frank, calling from Yaba.
Welcome, Frank.
Okay, good game we have seen so far this afternoon, but I still see Tunisia winning by a goal to nothing.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you very much, Frank, for calling. I appreciate you. Good afternoon. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. All right. I didn't say go away. I only said to turn it off. Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Samuel.
Hi there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Azu, I guess.
Ufoma, good afternoon to you.
Ufoma says good afternoon too.
My name is Master Azu. You can come from a real show.
Welcome, Azu.
Coming to this Mali and Tunisia encounter, the way I'm seeing this Nations Cup going, if you share, I'm just seeing it as this first leg matches will not give us much goal.
Okay.
Let's even get out to the knockout stages and the quarterfinal and the rest.
All right.
People can be able to be witnessing a good football. The only match that gave me so joy so much is Nigeria match
yesterday, right?
Because I did not expect Nigeria to perform like that. But Nigeria, they proved me wrong. They're coming to this Mali and Tunisia. I believe that this match will end with a goalless draw.
Okay.
Goal will not come out in this match. All of them will go and get 1 point. So that's what I'm seeing in this Mali and Tunisia encounter.
All right, then.
So let me be expecting how the soccer will be.
Okay, then.
I'm only enjoying your commentary.
All right, thank you very much.
Your commentary. I don't think this match is sweet.
Okay.
It is too much.
All right, then.
The work that they're doing.
Thank you very much for calling in, and you can be rest assured more commentary for you all through the African Cup of Nations. We've got every match covered for you right here on 993 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon. Hi, what's your name?
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is James.
Welcome, James. Where's John?
Yeah. Okay. I called was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I predicted that the winner between Nigeria and Egypt will take the Nations Cup.
Okay.
I still stand on that.
All right.
Because so far Nigeria is the better team. And I want to predict again that Nigeria is not going to lose all the way to the final.
Oh, all right.
It's not going to lose all the way to the final.
All the way to the
final. And they will eventually pick the cup.
Okay.
This will be like an history, like a history that they're going to make.
All right. I certainly will be looking forward to that history happening.
Yeah.
All right, then. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for calling. Getting set for the second half. We're getting refreshed by Coca-Cola and, of course, getting strong connections from our partners at MTN. Hi, good afternoon.
Augustin Nigeria Limited.
Yay, Mr. Frank. Welcome to you. Hi, welcome, Mr. Frank.
I tell you, Augustin.
Yeah?
Any club when I support, we know they misbehave.
At all.
You see, this is our 9 point.
Yeah?
I don't even need 8 points. What I need is 9 points in this group.
Straight 9 points.
And it must complete. It must.
All right.
Not my word, though.
Okay. You know, I trust you. Every time you call in like this and make a prediction, it always comes to pass.
That is it now. No be Azubike where they talk like,
Mr. Frank, leave Azubike alone now.
No. Azubike, coming to this. No, coming to wait. What are you going to? See, 9 points. You see, for first quarter final.
Yep.
3 north, semi-final, 3 north, final 3 points.
Okay, I like that.
Yes, I will go help them.
plus that cup carry enter this Nigeria.
I like the sound of that. I like it. All right then. Thank you
Yes,
very
I
much.
dey around.
I trust you. I trust you. Why? If I don't trust you, why I go trust?
I don't know whether not to be killed. I don't know. Another Friday.
All right, now you I trust. Now you be number one.
I don't know.
No, now you be number one. Now you be number one. All right then. Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. Frank. I appreciate you every time. Getting set for that second half. Remember, guys, I will take your comments on Facebook. We're live streaming on Facebook, Nigeria Info 993. That's our Facebook page, and of course on YouTube we're streaming as well. Nigeria Info FM is a YouTube page. I can see some of you watching and all of your comments. I do appreciate you for taking time to watch right there on Facebook. Players getting set for that second half. 01465 7190. Ladies, you can dial that number. And of course, we'll take your messages on WhatsApp as well before the end of the broadcast. 08095 975805. Put off your radio set.
Okay. Sorry, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. What's your name?
My name is Chukudem Mamba.
Welcome, Mr. Mba.
Yes, I'm calling from Amu Odofi.
Great to have you on the broadcast.
Yes, I used to enjoy your program like this.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, as the commentary is going on, I'm enjoying it.
We appreciate you for listening.
Mali versus Tunisia.
Tunisia, yes.
Yeah, I'm enjoying your program.
All right, then. Who do you think is going to win the game?
There's something I want to tell you.
All right, go ahead.
You see, I once lived in a French country.
Okay.
Once you call stad, you don't need to call stadium again.
Once you call stad.
Once you call stad, yes, you don't need to call stadium
right.
again.
Don't mind me.
You see, that is, I'm listening to you, but I'm not, once you call stad,
it seems
stadium again?
The confusing thing is that it seems like it's part of the name. Stade Omnisport. That's But thank you very much for sporting that.
Stad is meaning stadium in English, in French.
Thank you for picking that one out. I appreciate that.
Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate you, my man. Players back on the pitch of play for the second half. One final call. Good afternoon to you. All right, turn down your radio set, the volume.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. What's your name? You're my final caller for now.
My name is Balogun. I'm calling from Ikota.
Welcome, Balogun.
Yes, please. I just want to quickly correct something. Yesterday they said Egypt has won the cup 7 times. Yes, I agree. But Nigeria did not participate in 1957, in 1959, and so on and so forth until about 1980. So when we started to participate, we are still the best. Check the list. If we don't win bronze, we win silver or the gold. Check.
All right.
We have never been sent out of that. Just check and please, I may be wrong.
Okay,
but
then.
Nigeria, we want to know. We have done well. We have not done badly at all.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling in. I appreciate you. The players are back on the pitch of play for the second half. Time to go back to commentary mode. Back on the way at the Stade Omnisport in Limbe. It is a Tunisia nil, Mali nil. The Tunisians now playing from right to left of our screens and Mali playing in the opposite direction. Couple of substitutions to bring to your notice made by the Malian side. The Eagles, they are called. Musa Janepo winning an early corner for the Malians in the second half. Corner kick will be taken from the left-hand side of their attack. And it will be an out swinger for the Malians. Bright start, just like they did in the first half. They're having quite an incredible start to the second as well. Number 2 shirt for Mali takes that corner and out swinger connects with a Malian head. So danger not totally cleared. Back with Haidara, who teases the ball into the box. And finally, Dylan sticks out a foot to it. But only as far as a Malian player takes a shot, deflects off the arm of the player there. And it's a penalty to Mali. 46 minutes on the clock. Shkiri concedes that penalty. And Mali certainly have the chance to put themselves in the lead. Yellow card shown to Skiri. And what a way to start the second half. Tunisia clearly haven't really been in it in the opening stages of this game. But an unfortunate incident for Skiri. A shot from number 5 from Mali, Kiki Kouyaté. Deflects off the arm of Skiri for Tunisia. Ellis Skiri, the midfielder. And he gets shown a yellow card just 1 minute into the second half, and Tunisia concede a penalty. And this surely is certainly not what the doctor ordered for Tunisia.
Actually, what the doctor ordered for Fumek Bamuno, because the first 45 minutes was really let's just say it was fun. We tried to make it as fun as possible, but what a great way to actually start these second 45 minutes. I hope the ball will get into the back of the net.
And the penalty is taken, and it's the opening goal in this game. Ibrahima Konate scores, Kone more like scores. And after all the pressure from the Malians, it finally yields dividends for them. Tunisia 0, Mali 0.
Refreshed by Coca-Cola.
Definitely refreshed there by Coca-Cola, because I'm refreshed. I took a bit of a breather after that wonderful first 45 minutes, for want of better adjectives. But what a great start, Samuel, to the second 45 minutes. Now, this goal from the penalty spot from Kone would ensure that the Carthage Eagles will come fighting, because they know they honestly cannot sit back and ensure that the Malians run away with victory. Coming out would definitely mean opening up of spaces, behind them, and of course we can see we are hopefully going to see a lot more interesting second 45 minutes. But what a great way to start the build up to this second 45 minutes.
Only 3 minutes from the restart, and Mali shoot themselves in the lead. Very much deserved, you want to say, on the basis of what we've seen. Ibrahima Kone scoring that goal. The Sarpsborg of Norway striker stepped up with his left foot, put it to the left hand side of the goalkeeper, who dived the right hand side, clearly sending him the wrong way. And clearly we needed a goal, and certainly we have it. And Ibrahima Kone gets involved in another action, and Tunisia certainly are having a bit of urgency with their play now. They are down by a goal to nil, and they come with the attack in the second half down the right hand side. Clever ball from Skiri to pick out his teammate. The lifted cross into the box would fall for the Tunisian player. It's cleared finally by Mali, not totally. Finally Sako will put his boot to it and lumps it to the center circle, only as far as the Tunisians in any case. Wabi Kazri has got to be the most disappointing player for me in this whole Tunisian setup. Dylan Braun picks out Mathlouti. Back with Dylan Braun. Picks out his central defense partner in Montassi Tabil. Plays it infield for Skiri. Skiri finds his teammate. Clever little run looking to pick out Mejbri on that occasion, but finally Mali bring it forward. Opportunity to launch something. Clever step over from Traore. Finds the other Traore, and the goal scorer is up and down the right hand side. Could he pick him out? Number 14 gets into the box. This surely should be the second. He's brought down, and the referee allows play to continue. That surely will be reviewed, but as it stands, play continue for the Tunisians. And Mr. Sikazwe has got questions to ask. A clever little ball from distance. And almost catching out.
It's been a brilliant last 1 minute, I have to say. Tunisia were on the attack. They lost possession, and then Mali went on a very brilliant counter attack with, of course, the true Traores exchanging passes, and to a large extent I thought one of them was actually brought down in the area. It did look like a stonewall penalty for me. Actually, I was stretching my hands and saying, hey, that's a penalty. He cut past his marker just as he was about to pull the trigger. Okay.
All right.
Just as he was about to pull the trigger, Samuel, his legs went in between the defender who was behind him. Not necessarily that the defender actually stuck out his leg. But I've seen those given, to be honest. I've seen it given because I actually stopped a goal-bound move. So I've actually seen it given. And just when we were hoping for the referee's whistle to signal the penalty, Tunisia themselves went on a quick counter-attack.
Wabi Kazri.
Exactly. Kazri, who we've been talking about how poor he's been in this game, tried to go from distance, about 50 yards or thereabout, tried to, catch the Malian goalkeeper off his guards. And the Malian goalkeeper, in a bid to run scramble back,
got entangled in the net.
In the net. It was a crazy last 60 seconds or thereabout. But at least great start to the second half. We did not see all of
Any
this.
of this in the
I was
first
almost snoring right
Fantastic start to the second half. Only 6 minutes played and we've seen 3 amazing action. 1 goal scored by Musa Genepo, Ibrahima Kone. And penalty decision not given. Mali come again in the box. Here they come. Genepo's cross.
It was actually the goal scorer, Kone, with the cross. Genepo was in the area, exactly, but just couldn't get onto the end of that cross to possibly get the second goal. But again, I wouldn't stop saying great start to the second 45 minutes because it was not a great first 45 minutes we had. The Malians actually forced a lot of the half chances we did get in the opening 45 minutes, but you will definitely see a lot more of Tunisia. We've seen a lot of them since they conceded that goal, and obviously so, which of course will open up spaces that the West Africans will be able to capitulate.
53 minutes on the clock. It's Tunisia 0, Mali 1. Ibrahima Kone's penalty to give us the first goal in this game and continue the terrible start for North African sides at the African Cup of Nations Cameroon 2021. And Ofuma looking at that penalty decision again. He had his back to the ball. Sleety clearly knew nothing about it. Maybe a bit too harsh from the referee.
I would think a bit too harsh. I would even say the incident that was let go just now
is more justified.
More justified, I would say, as a penalty than the handball. But hey, it's a bit subjective. It's a 50-50 call. Sometimes he gets given, sometimes he doesn't. If he gets given against you, well, you cry.
And this certainly is an occasion for Tunisia to get something their way. Free kick in a very, very dangerous position, considered by the other Haidara, number 4 for Mali. Brought down the run of number 23 for Tunisia, 9 Slitty. And the guilty party on that occasion was the midfielder, deep holding midfielder, Amadou Haidara.
Well, the Tunisian manager, Mondha Kabaya, will, as we see his pictures right here on our screens, will be asking himself, what am I going to do next in this particular game? What does he need to do, to be able to turn around this game? Because it's really not looking pretty. But taking a quick look at that penalty from Kone was an absolute superb penalty. Sent the keeper the wrong way, and it had pace and power such that even if the keeper went the right way, the likelihood he's going to get it wouldn't come up. But Kazri is actually behind the free kick. He's very good when it comes to taking such free kicks. Has scored a couple of goals from free kicks like this, and I'm sure fans of Tunisia will be hoping that this could possibly be an opportunity to get the equalizer, and it's in good position.
Kazri's right foot standing over it will certainly be a curler, and looks like the goalkeeper Mankuru is stationed in a rather uncomfortable position for me. More space for Kazri to exploit. Kabri swings his right boot across it, straight down the throat of the goalkeeper Mankuru, and he makes the save and concedes the corner kick for Mali. A bit more curler to one of the angles there for Kazri, and that could have ended up in the back of the net. Corner kick taken by Kazri. Short one taken. Will return the pass to Kazri. Clever little ball to Slita in the box. To the far post. Header connecting! And Tunisia almost drawing level. The man who conceded the penalty in Elias Skiri connecting with a header and just drags it wide. And that was a big chance for Tunisia, just about 4 meters away from goal. Skiri's header glances wide of the goalkeeper Mankuru's goal.
Imagine what a goal can do to a game, Samuel. That's exactly what we've seen since that goal from the penalty spot early in the second 45 minutes. We've seen a totally different Tunisian side. We've seen them in the final third making those interchange of passes, and the corner routine they just took right now was a very, very good one there, able to set up their a great opportunity in the 18th area. Unfortunately for them, the glancing header was just not in the right order to ensure that something will come out of it. Looks like Mali might be making a quick substitution as one of the players is actually on the turf. Try to get confirmation of who exactly that is.
And talking about an earlier substitution for Tunisia themselves. The attacking midfielder Hannibal Medjabi was taking off. That's number 14, and in his place came Kaoui for them. So Tunisia making a substitution from the start of the second half, and that player is number 21 for
Adama Traore. One of the Traores is actually the one who's been taken off the stretcher. We've seen a substitute already dressed. Question will be now if the sub will be made. It looks like it will be. The substitute is actually, going through the warm-up routine to ensure that he comes on in place of Traore, even as Tunisia come once again. Didn't see all of this in the first 45.
And Wabri Kazri is starting to get a foothold in the game. Cross to the back was Sliti connecting. And again, Mali cleared the danger. Number 8, Diede Samaseku with the clearance. Tunisia starting to up the ante and really causing problems for Mali. Finally, that substitution is made. Mali making it, number 20 shirt in Yves Basuma. A bit of a surprise that he starts off the bench. Basuma, the Brighton and Hove Albion stalwart in midfield. He comes on in place of one of the Traores in Adama, number 14. And that only Ufoma brings still in midfield now for the Malians.
What a player to come off of the bench for you. Bissouma, has actually had a very last two good, 1.5 good season out there in the Premier League. I was actually surprised, like you said, he was not on the starting lineup, one of their star players to actually watch out for. Possibly the manager decided that, you could do better coming off the bench, and what a time to actually come on. They are leading. They need some bit of solidity in the middle. They already had that solidity in the middle of the park, but who wouldn't want more? And he's come on at this point in time.
And I'm sure that substitution will be much to the disgust of the Tunisian manager. Just when I thought I have something in the game, tend to close it out. Mali could stretch that one finally, and yet another player goes down the box, Musa Junepo. And Mr. Sikazwe says, no, get up on your feet. And the play continues with Tunisia winning a throwing down the right-hand side. End-to-end stuff now at the Stade Omnisport in Limbe.
Totally different game from what we saw.
Is this the same game we were running commentaries on in the first half?
The same game that made me stand up from the studio.
This is close to Foma.
Well, unfortunately, my eyes were somewhere else. I didn't actually see the replay very well. But if you say it's close, then it could be a problem. If there's something to it, I'm sure the referee's attention will be called.
Well,
I didn't see it, so I can't honestly say much about it, even as we see Kazri a bit tired.
Well, the referee's he's holding play for that check to be completed. Getting word from the VAR team if that foul on the Malian player earlier should be given Junepo. And I think that's one will be waved off and play will continue. No penalty, certainly. And Tunisia take that through Wabi Kazri. And back with the Tunisian defense. And my word, what a game we're having in the second half. We thought it was going to be a heavyweight fixture. Now it is a heavyweight fixture. Talbi, Dylan Bron. Looking for options in Tunisia's defense, finds Belly Ifa. Back with Dylan Bron. Switches it nicely. Unfortunately, that one goes out for a play, throwing to Mali. Switch of play from Dylan, looking to pick
the curse
out.
of the commentator. just as you were about to say the switch was nice.
It was nice. He goes out for a throwing. Guess I should shut my mouth on the action is completed. Tunisia have it again. Dylan Brun. Montasi Tabil. Hamza Mathlouthi floats it in, looking for the run of Naim Sliti. Cleared out there by the Tunisian players. And Yves Bassouma straight into the thick of the action. And here come Tunisians down the left-hand side. Wonderful ball. Could be an early shot from the edge of the box. And Mali clear again. And here they come forward. Amazing run there by the Malian player, taking down. And the referee says, get up, Mr. Man, and continue with the play. End-to-end stuff now. No time for stoppages, according to Mr. Sikazwe, the referee.
Rightly so, because it was a great tackle there from the Tunisian defender to stop that quick run from, I think, one of the Traore still left on the field of play. Great ball into the
Ball
area.
into the box, and Mansouri, the goalkeeper, saw it all the way.
Yep.
And claimed it ever so well from Mathlouthi, the right back who had made that brilliant run into the box. And that's certainly the goalkeeper. He was in the wide away club for Mali. Still Tunisia 0, Mali 1. Penalty scored by Ibrahim Akone on 48 minutes, 3 minutes to the start of the second half. Penalty considered by Eli Skiri. That certainly has given some sort of urgency to the Tunisian play. Wabi Kazri, who was pretty much non-existent in the first half, is back playing and more involved in the second half. There's a Tunisian player down on the turf. Kone is absolutely headed the Tunisian player like he heads the ball. And it looks like the Tunisian player will be okay. Play will continue with a Tunisian free kick, a Mali free kick. Taibi on that occasion still feeling the effects of that header from Kone. Here they come, the Tunisians now, looking to get themselves back into the game. Champions the last time in 2004, beating Morocco by 2-1 in the final. The likes of Clayton played that final, the defender. The likes of Zai Jaziri, the Santos were in there. Khalid Bouazizi, another Tunisian great. Ali Boumnigel, the goalkeeper on that occasion. Hatem Trabelsi, another one in there for Tunisia.
How do you remember all these names?
I watched that tournament like I was breathing air.
Can't even remember. Honestly, I was so sad we lost to Tunisia in the semi-finals of that game. I'm not sure I even watched that final. I'm not sure I watched it. Can't even remember. That's why it's a bit not edged in my memory. You know,
Shamak, the former Arsenal player, played that final.
Yada. Good luck to them.
Morocco beaten by 2-1. And there's a shot from distance from the Tunisians from all of 40 yards. Routine save for the goalkeeper Mansouru. But that can be something the Tunisians can build on. And that was a clever attempt to take the shot on from the Tunisian player. Like I said, routine save for the goalkeeper. Corner kick from Tunisia, taking it. Very interesting corner taking and could fall for a Tunisian head. It goes down. Wabi Kazri, but the referee says you committed the foul. So it's a free kick to Mali. And protest certainly. That wasn't Wabi Kazri, I beg your pardon. And Mr. Sikazwe is being mobbed and surrounded by both Tunisians and Malians. And the medics will come onto the pitch of play. Number 28 for Tunisia was involved in that one. And that surely was a correct decision from the referee. Issa Laidouni colliding with the Malian defender. And Tunisia will make another substitution of their own. Number 25 shot looks like he's getting set to come on for Tunisia. Wait to see who he replaces. And they will be replacing number 28, the man who's down on the turf, Issa Laidouni. I'm talking about Isa Ladouni, number 28, plays for Isa Bilal Ladouni, plays for Ferencváros in Hungary. And his night or his afternoon more like he's done. And Anis Ben Slimane, the man who plays for Brøndby in Denmark, comes on in his place. Born in March 2001. On the 16th of March 2001, Anis Ben Slimane. Substitution is made. Tunisia making their second sub. Looking to get themselves back into the game. Tunisia 0, Mali 1, 66 minutes on the clock. At the Stade Limbe Stadium. Stade Limbe. In Limbe, the city of Limbe in Cameroon. 34 degrees Celsius, the temperatures in this wonderful city of Limbe. And the stadium couldn't be any more beautiful for a game of football at the African Cup of Nations. Tunisia have the ball. Deep in their half, Dylan Braun strides forward. And they're now in the half of the Malians, who seem to have taken their feet off the pedal a bit, Ufoma, the last 5 minutes. But Tunisia have it. Chance to swing across into the box. It's a brilliant one, but only as far as the Tunisian head in Malian head in Sako. And Tunisia will restart possession this time down the right-hand side.
The question you would ask is, where was this Tunisia before they conceded? Where exactly were they? Stringing in great passes, creating opportunities, and great move there from Bissouma. What an absolutely brilliant run from the Brighton midfielder, getting past 3 markers, and then he was double teamed to steal the possession off him. But I was talking about Tunisia just a few minutes ago. Well, I did mention at the start of the show, Samuel, if you remember, that we're not particularly certain which of the Tunisians will turn up. Yeah. That's the crazy thing about them. They are consistently inconsistent, such that possibly would need some bit of fire to get them started, even as Mali come back again.
Interesting cross into the box, and
just couldn't reach Kone at that time.
Yeah, couldn't reach the destination, but a great run down the right hand side from the Malian player. The substitute making a brilliant run, but unfortunately that one amounts to nothing. Tunisia have it themselves now. The left back Ali Maloul finds the substitute in Kaoui, switches play down to the right hand side, but that wouldn't find Mathlouthi, the right back, and Mali will have a throw in themselves. Unfortunate man, Elis Kiri, he's had a very good opening start to the second half, and the manager for Tunisia certainly will be unhappy as to how things have panned out for his side. They've gotten themselves back into the game, but just as they got a foothold of that game, they do concede that penalty, and they trail by 1-0. But they've got to move the ball quicker, Ufoma. They've got to be a bit more urgent with their play, Tunisia.
Yep.
Seem a bit too slow and playing like they're leading the game as it stands. Tunisia come forward. No real urgency, but brilliant switch of play down to the right-hand side. But the control only plays it in the part of the Mali right back in Hamari Traore. He's made about 20 meters and finally decides to turn brilliantly. And the ball goes all the way back to where it came from. That's just typical of African football. I say that respectfully. Down the left-hand side, Mali do come now. And this is Moussa Genepo. A bit quiet in the second half, Genepo. The ball goes all the way back now to Hamari Traore. He finds one of the Adama. Ball goes all the way back to Kouyaté. Kouyaté will find Masadio Haidara. Haidara has a lovely ball to pick out Kone, but the goalkeeper comes out and smothers that danger with a lofted clearance. The ball goes all the way back to Ben Said. One goalkeeper to another. Mali restart again from the back. Sako lumps it upfield, looking for his teammate, but beaten to that by the Tunisian player. Montassi Taibi will pick out Dylan Braun. Braun finds Skiri. Skiri looking to pick out Mathlouthi down the right hand side, decides to go all the way. Wabi Kazri, great touch, and Tunisia have a bit of opening. There are five Tunisians in the box. Switches across to the far post looking for Kazri. He pings the ball back in, but Mali with the defending, and they will consider free kick for needless shove into the back of the Tunisian player by Mali's defender on that occasion. Number 12 just did well, Ali Maloul, the left back, to get himself between ball and player and lures the Mali defender into committing that foul. Clever use of the body by Ali Maloul. Free kick will be taken down the left hand side, and Mali will use the opportunity to make a substitution. Number 10 coming on. Khalifa Koulibaly plays in France with Nantes. And Adama Traore goes off, the man who plays for Sheriff Tiraspol in Moldova. Koulibaly on, Traore off. And there will be 2 of those substitutions for Mali. Wait to tell you all about that second substitution. Free kick for Tunisia. Will be an outswinger, an in-swinger more like. Looks like Skiri standing over that one. One-man wall for Mali. This could be a chance to get back into the game. Lovely delivery to the center of the box. Couldn't find a Tunisian head, but will fall to a Tunisian. The ball goes all the way to the right-hand side. Wabi Kazri, lovely feet. Plays it in the box, would fall kindly. And that looks like the players are complaining for something. It's gone the way of the Malians. And the Tunisian players surround the referee, Mr. Sikazwe. They're asking for a decision. He's asking for calm, Mr. Sikazwe. And we'll wait to see what transpired on that occasion. Handball by Moussa Genepo.
My goodness. Ideally, this should not be a penalty, but if the penalty that was given to Mali, if the infringement, the ball touching the hand, that was given to Mali as penalty is considered, then I see no reason why this shouldn't be. Because the Tunisian player didn't even wait for the referee's whistle. Immediately he saw the ball touching the player. He just picked up the ball and said, "Referee, you must blow this one." And it looks like it's been given.
It's been given. It's a penalty to Tunisia.
I think both decisions should not be. I don't think every ball that just glances off the hands of a player should be. Even as the referee is actually going to the VAR to actually make his final decision. But there's no way he's not giving this. If the one that was given against Tunisia is a penalty, then this should be tit for tat, if you ask me.
Referee Mr. Sikazwe heads over to the pitch side monitor to take one final look at that incident between Wabi Kazri and Moussa Genepo.
He's not going to cut his hands off now, for the love of God. He's not going to.
Was the arm in a natural position? That's always the question that's been asked.
You're not going to put your hands at your back all the time.
Players do that. To be very fair for my players do that.
Yes, but at this point in time, he was making a movement. And making a movement means that his hands is not going to be tied to his body. As far as I'm concerned, this is not a penalty. The one given against Tunisia should not be a penalty. But the referee already gave the one against Tunisia. So he's well within his rights to actually give this one. All I'm saying is the fact that the ball just glances off someone's hands doesn't automatically means it's a penalty. It's a penalty when a player knowingly sticks out his arms and then he cuts the ball. But hey, it's been given. There's really nothing I can say about it.
And you wonder why Mr. Sikazwe wastes her time. There was no way he was going to overturn that decision. And finally, Tunisia have the opportunity to draw level. You know who stands over it. Wabi Kazri. And he's staring down the goalkeeper, Mansour. And will Mali be drawing level in this one? 76 minutes played so far. Tunisia with an opportunity to get themselves back into the game from 12 yards. Wabi Kazri has been here before. He's staring at the goalkeeper, Ibrahim Monkuru. Kazri's right boot. Will he send it to the right or to the left? Big moment for Tunisia. Heart-stopping moment. Kazri steps up and he misses! Wabi Kazri misses the penalty. And Mali's lead is still intact. Big chance for Tunisia to draw themselves level. And for some reason, Mali's asking for a decision. Mr. Sikazwe makes it. And it will be a corner kick to Tunisia.
What a game we have in this second 45 minutes. Crazy decisions. Well, I think the Tunisian players were asking for a replay. Looks like there was some encroachment, but it was a question of everybody encroaching. I don't know. Corner kick taken, nothing coming out of it. The ball has gone out of touch, but that was a brilliant save. Could be a match-winning save, in this particular one from the Malian goalkeeper.
Bosso Ibrahim Monkoro, the man born on the 23rd of February in 1990, plays for Tupuizon du Mazembe in Congo. Stops the penalty from Wabi Kazri. Kazri's right foot sent it to the goalkeeper's right-hand side. Strong hand he put out and made the save. Good height for the goalkeeper, must be said. And Tunisia still trail Mali by 1-0. And from a Kazri perspective, just sums up his game so far.
Yep, been quite disappointing. He is supposed to be the creative hub of this Tunisian side. It's been really disappointing, to say the least. And then was presented with a fantastic opportunity to actually get a point out of this game for his team, and his manager ended up not doing particularly well.
Manager having a word with him, Wabi Kazri, and he seems disinterested, like, well, let me go. But Mali fans are certainly enjoying every bit of the occasion. Their side lead by 1-0. And they are just 12 minutes from recording yet another victory over Tunisia.
And they actually, they actually had more odds, if you remember, on BetKing. They actually had 2.95 at the time, as opposed to the 2.90. And I did tell you at the start of the game that if there was going to be a winner, for me, it would come from Mali, even though I thought the game would end in a draw. But some of our predictions came out right. First half draw happened.
Under this
possibility like of under 1.5 and 2 odds.
Under 1.5. Hey!
Under 2.5 is almost a certainty.
Hey, this AFCON. This AFCON don't get any over inside Amo. Well, since 2010, no team has scored more goals from outside the box than Mali at the African Cup of Nations. They've scored 9 out of a total of 30 goals from outside the box. In fact, 5 of their last 7 goals have been scored from distance. But they decide to score inside the box today, Mali. And it came from 12 yards from Ibrahima Kone.
Well, Mali actually had a very, very good AFCON qualifying round. Topped Group A, finished way ahead of Guinea in this particular one. And of course, they only lost once in all of qualifiers. So coming into this particular game, Samuel, you'd see how that good form, we've seen it today, how they translated their good form in qualifiers to the field of play after 80 minutes. Lots of aggression, great play in the first 45 minutes, created most of the good opportunities, and then in the second half got off to a wonderful start with a bit of controversial decision, I would say, but hey, they took advantage of it. Tunisia got their own controversial decision, and Kazri decided to not score from the penalty spot.
Both managers are ringing in the substitutions, Mali and Tunisia, and Mali have never, like I said earlier, lost their opening game at the African Cup of Nations. Looks like that run will continue today if they can hold on for the next 10 minutes of regulation time, plus what will be added on by the referee, the fourth assistant, They've won 6 and drawn 5 of 11. This is match number 12. And Tunisia certainly have never had a good history against West African sides. Nigeria always having the better of Tunisia, apart from the one time back in 2004 where they defeated Nigeria on penalties. Tunisia also having a wretched record against Ghana. And you can now throw in Mali into that conversation. 81 minutes on the clock. Tunisia 0, Mali 1. Penalty scored by Ibrahim Kone. He's been taking off. And a penalty miss for Mali by Wabi Kazri in the second half. Telling you all about the substitutions. Mali have made 5 substitutions. Traore taking off earlier. Yves Bissouma brought on, the Brighton and Hove Albion midfielder. Mali coming again from the middle of the park. And it's an interesting ball. That one surely will be called for offside against Musa Jenepo. The other, Traore, also taking off, and Doumbia brought on in his place. Kone taking off, the goal scorer, and Koulibaly brought on in his place. One of the Aidara brothers taking off, and Koulibaly also brought on, El Koulibaly and K Koulibaly. And Musa Jenepo, I beg your pardon, has been taken off, and Toure has been brought on in his place. So all 5 subs made by the manager of Mali, Mangosuba, and his side still lead by a goal to 0. Tunisia, on the other hand, have made 4 of 5 substitutions. Mali coming dangerously down the right-hand side through one of the substitutions. This could be interesting for Mali to stretch their lead. Pass is played infield, and poor first touch from the Malian substitute takes the chance away from him. Could he come back to rue that miss? Koulibaly, the substitute, and that surely would have been flagged for offside, definitely.
Still, his first touch was terrible. Yes, flag for offside, but at least, you know, get a good touch and put the ball in the back of the net, and then we start debating, you know, whether it's off or not. So that could give you some bit of confidence going into the last set of games. But Mali, if they will get a second goal, it would be great for them. But the first duty would be, well, let's defend perfectly for the next 6 minutes and additional time what we already have.
The fans are chanting out there at the Stade Limbe in Limbe City in Cameroon. 7 more minutes of regulation time. Tunisia lead Mali, I beg your pardon, lead Tunisia by a goal to 0. Apologies, Malians. Not Malians, the Nigerian version, but Mali as a nation.
Malians! First time in America. Terrible song, but hey, he has loads and loads of fans, but that's one of his worst songs, I would say.
And Tunisia looking to steal the joy from Mali. At least these Malians do wear belts.
Well,
not with the jerseys anyway. Mali really just having fun. Talking about those substitutions for Tunisia, Mebri taking off and Kaoui brought on, been absolutely non-effective. Laiduni taking off and Slimani brought on. Sliti taking off and Tukja brought on, and Ifa taking off, and Jaziri brought on in his place. How will these subs affect the game? 9 new introductions to the game from both sides. Tunisia have 1 more substitution to go. Mali will be looking to see off this game. How impressed, Ufoma, have you been with the biggest of all the stars for Mali, the substitute plays for Brighton and Hove Albion, Yves Bissouma?
He's added a bit of steel to the middle of the pack. You know, added more aggression to the team, and you know, has been up and about, trying as much as possible to break up the Tunisian play. The game has been stopped. I'm not particularly certain why. Is it the ball that it's not particularly?
Much to the annoyance of the Tunisian manager and bench.
Yep.
They clearly do not understand why the referee stopped proceedings, and he's walking over, I think, to get a feel of the ball. A bit of complaints as to that one. Doumbia must have alerted the referee's attention to the ball. The referee having a word with Ben Said, the Tunisian goalkeeper, as well as defender Dylan Braun. Certainly had a bit of issues in the game between Nigeria and Egypt yesterday. Bad advertisement for the producers of the ball for the tournament. I think we had 5 times the ball was changed in that game. And back in the newsroom while watching that game, Olamide, myself and the guys were talking about a bit of Egyptian magic to get themselves back into the game. It didn't happen, but could happen for Tunisia now. Floated cross into the box. Cleared there by Sako, the Malian defender. And this could be a breakaway opportunity for Mali. And foul drawn there by Doumbia. And he's sent off. Referee Sikazwe, with no hesitations whatsoever, sends off the substitute. Late on in the game,
it did look like a crazy and needless tackle.
But I'm not sure it deserves a straight red.
I'm not sure that's a red card. Nah, I'm not sure that's a red card. Yellow card, absolutely. It was a needless tackle. Rightfully should be yellow card, but I don't think that's VAR is supposed to be used for this kind of decisions, right?
Yeah.
I think it should be checked, and if it is checked, it will be upturned. Should not be a red card any day, but it does look like play would continue. El Bilal has been given a straight red card for a needless and unnecessary tackle on one of the Tunisian defenders, but it looks like the referee has been called to the VAR monitors for him to check it, because that's not a red card, absolutely not. It was a silly foul, it was stupid, but it's not deserving of a red.
Well, El Bilal sent off, and the referee walks again to the pitch side monitor to take a look at that one. This all day, every day, twice on a Wednesday has got to be a yellow card and not a red card, a straight red card. He had no hesitations whatsoever, but the charge was certainly on for Bilal, and he looks at it.
You see, I have a big problem. I have a very big problem with the way VAR has been used in the Africa Cup of Nations, and even in some league games. When you stop play and you go through it with milliseconds, it appears worse than it actually is. Time. Besides, why is it that the ref, and I've noticed it's a pattern, why is it that the referees are only looking at one angle? Because the other angle we saw
wasn't that bad.
Yes, it was a stupid tackle. Yes, it was needless. Yes, it was an infringement. Yes, it's yellow card all day, every day. But a straight red, absolutely not. And I think, honestly, the referees and everybody in charge of VAR at this AFCON should hang themselves in shame. Their heads in shame, rather.
So the referee's decision stands, and Bilal sent off. He's only been on the pitch of play for 6 minutes. He was brought on in place of Genepo. Stayed on the pitch of play for 6 minutes, then got himself sent off in what looks like a very harsh decision by referee Mr. Sikazwe from Zambia. And if you were to rate his performance in this game, Ufoma, out of a 10, I will be quite surprised if he gets a 5 for you.
4. Absolutely 4 for me. 2 penalties should not have been penalties, and this red card. And what the heck is wrong with the Tunisian bench? What exactly is wrong with them? Why are they on the field of play? This is irresponsibility, I have to say. I don't know what must have happened. I don't care what must have happened.
I think the game is over. The referee has ended the game.
He ended
with a good 1 minute before it was 90.
Wow.
And that prompted the entire Tunisian bench to come onto the pitch of play. Officially, the clock we have, and I support what the Tunisians were saying. There was a good 1 minute left,
and we've not even had additional time.
No additional time. He ends it before 90 minutes, and this really is controversial.
But let's also be fair to the referee. The clock we see right here is totally different from what he has on his hand, but
there's a clock at the stadium.
But I think it's shocking decision from the referee.
From what we have here, and from what I think the Tunisians are complaining about in the stadium, it wasn't time. There was a good 1 minute left.
I saw it. I actually looked
It
at
was
them.
89.
It was 89 minutes on our clock. So let's just say, okay, you want to end the game. So we've not had stoppages. There have been at least 4 substitutions.
The red card, the penalty.
Exactly. We've had. Oh no, that's. I just talked about him getting 4 out of 10. No, I take that back. 1.5 out of 10. That's what I'll give the referee from Zambia. Shocking decisions here. The 2 penalties, in my opinion, should not have been penalties. Terrible decision to actually give the Zambian substitute a red card and then ending the game in the 89th minute, at least from the clock we have. That's horrible officiating.
Mr. Sikazwe is being escorted by officials, security officials off the pitch of play. Tunisia certainly will get themselves into problems with CAF.
Definitely, but give me all the fines you want to get, but I'll definitely give you a piece of my mind. That's shambolic refereeing from the man from Zambia. I've talked about some of his not so great decisions. 2 penalties I think should not have been. The red card he just gave 2 minutes ago also should not have been a red card. I blame VAR for that one. I also blame him. Actually blame him, not VAR, because he went to the monitors and just looked at it from one angle and they paused it. You know, when you pause, if I touch you now and I pause it, of course my hand is touching you, but
that's the only angle you see.
That's what you're saying. Did my hand touch you with force, or is just a normal touching you? You know, so goodness me. And then he just tops it up literally 1 minute later by ending the game in the 89th minute. Well, Samuel, he's just telling us that we are tired, we should go home and rest.
I think it's more of a case of before I do one nonsense for this game, where could they go out? But it's full time out there at the Stade Limbe in the city of Limbe, and we're looking at that replay again. 89-47, and the referee stops the game, and the Tunisians were absolutely furious,
livid, and deservedly so
at the decision from the referee. Full time score. It is finished. Tunisia 0, Mali 1 in what has been a dramatic game of football at the Stade Limbe in the city of Limbe.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? All I needed was a little again. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? All I needed was a little again. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you.
Fixture, and it's gone the way of the Malians, who now stretch their record of being unbeaten in the opening games of the African Cup of Nations to 12 matches. They've now won 7 and drawn 5 of those games, and also stretched their good record against Tunisia, where they've always managed to get good results against them at the African Cup of Nations. Of the last 3 meetings between these two sides, Tunisia won 2-0, Mali won 2-0 back in 1994, I bet, if I'm not so mistaken, and a 1-1 draw back in 2019. Now the latest of those reinstallments see Tunisia losing by 1-0. This is our broadcast of AFCON 2021. right here on the auspices of the nation's first for news, talk, and sports. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are Femi and the gang, and I am Samuel Victor Akman. Alongside me, Zufama Egbamono. We've brought you live commentaries from that game at the Stade Limbe in the city of Limbe. And we're very, very delighted to say we are excited to have done this in our partnership with our friends with a strong connection at MTN, and of course refreshed by Coca-Cola, bringing every bit of the excitement to you. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast. We'll go to the phone lines to get your thoughts as to what you've made of that game. Some would say that game that is typical of Africa, and that is being said respectfully. Always controversial with the decisions. And what did you make of the referee's performance? Mr. Sikazwe from Zambia, one of the finest on the continent, not putting what will be regarded as a fine performance in terms of refereeing decisions in the game. 2 controversial penalty decisions, sending off controversially to a Malian player, the substitute, and finally ending the game before it was supposed to end, before 90 minutes, according to what we saw. But like Ufoma rightly mentioned, maybe according to his own wristwatch, it was 90. But we can also say for all the stoppages in the game in the second half, at least 3 minutes of added time was deserved in that game, Ufoma.
I would even say 4 or 5. There were lots and lots of substitutions. Remember, there was also cooling breaks. That's some shambolic refereeing, I have to say. I'm just tired.
Shambolic defending referee.
He just killed off the last.
What would have been a fantastic last 3-4 minutes of that game at the Stade Limbe.
I would believe it if I was losing 1-0. My opponent just got a red card, however undeserving it is, and I'm thinking in my head, I have 3-4 minutes or thereabouts to pump the ball into the area or go on. There's a possibility I could get the equalizer or even get a second goal and win the game. And you just...
Do you think maybe he was trying to balance decisions? The first penalty, trying to balance it with the second penalty, and then the sending off, trying to balance it by ending the game.
Well, he's not balancing nothing. He was he had the opportunity to go to the VAR and see for himself whether he made a mistake.
But when they always go there, the decision doesn't change.
That's what I'm saying now. So as far as he was concerned, he was right with that red card decision. That's what he thought. He was right, and then I'm tired. Let me just let it be. I'm tired.
So what did you make of...
If I insult his life...
Just like the Tunisians were looking to do, I'm sure there would have been some very, very foul and strong words that charged the way of the referee. Because the way the Tunisian manager and bench ran onto the pitch of play, if you had to escort the referee off the turf, the pitch of play with security officials,
security, exactly.
Yeah, then it tells you how livid the Tunisians were.
They say football without violence, but man... That tipping points. Tipping points. As in, just small thing will remain, man.
Right. Reminds me of the 2004 clash between Nigeria and Tunisia themselves.
Let's not even talk about that.
Lasers.
Okay. I actually had to hold myself from insulting the referee. There were very dodgy decisions in that particular game, but hey, it's gone now. We would have to live with it.
All right, so Tunisia not getting off to a fly, and North African sides again. Morocco, the only side of all 4 North African sides in the tournament. 5 North African sides to have won. Sudan getting an 0 draw in their own game. We'll go to the phone lines. They are ringing 0700 993 993 and 014657190. Hi there, good evening to you. All right, not a good way to start more of your calls. Turn down the volume of your radio set when you call in. All right, I think there's another call on. You have to end both. All right, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name?
I'm Samuel from Sule.
Welcome, Sam.
Okay, all I can say about the officiating, I didn't watch the match, but I was listening to you guys' commentary. This commentary, by the way.
Thank you very much.
All I can say is that the referee played under 1.5. That's all.
Referee play under 1.5. Yeah, catch up.
Impossible to say the referee play under 1.5.
You know what I mean? Spoil. That's the summary.
If they catch up, na jail in they go. All right, then. Thank you very much for calling in. Appreciate you. More calls. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Samuel.
Hi, good evening. What's your name?
My name is Nendo.
Welcome, Nendo.
If I agree with you.
Bros, I hear you too.
Should say that man don't punch so.
You don't waiting?
whether the referee don't born.
You don't born.
I say whether you get picking.
Maybe you go don't born now. The man don't old now.
You know, I just want to ask now, how the boy go carry the shame? When father they do. The disgrace on. I pity that man.
All he has to say is, now my papa do am, no be me.
If you say that Nigeria will go slap him.
Football no violence.
Better man go jail.
All right. But thank you very much for calling in. Anyway, thank you very much, Lindo. Football no violence must be emphasized. Good evening to you. Please turn down the volume of your radio set when you call in.
Hello, good evening, Samuel.
Hi there, Friday.
Good evening, Ufoma.
Hi.
Ufoma, you are now coming to the studio every day, but this is now you go high.
If is what?
Another you go face you.
Sorry, I don't get that.
I said now you are now coming to the studio every day to rock commentary. But when it is premiership, now you will go and hide.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, I was here during the Euros. Friday, do you know the amount of work Mr. Femi Obong Daniels has given to me?
When it is premiership, you will go and hide.
See, Friday, the only time you're going to see me on co-commentary duties is if it's an evening game between Monday and Friday or a Champions League game. Anything aside, anything I enter Saturday and Sunday, Friday I don't hold, I want rest.
Ufoma is the big masquerade. We don't bring him out anyhow.
You know what
you see your life. I know so that where you they go.
Ufoma, to be serious. Because the referee that day, one day they were interviewing him. He said when they go to score, the referee will stop his watch. When there is a penalty issue, he will stop his watch. During that Tunisian referee, the referee went to the monitor side.
Yes, for both penalties.
So that time, I thought he stopped his watch. They should have those times to it now. What is this referee? What did he say before coming to the decision?
It's just
confused as you
goodness
this
me.
Africa. This is why Africa. In the next World Cup now, I don't think we will even have one African referee in the World Cup. This is what we get when we are in Africa. It is a shame.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling in, Friday. I appreciate you. More calls. Good evening to you. All right. Certainly something wrong with that particular line. Let's try this. All right. Same thing.
Samuel's village people from Ikarabasi.
It's the referees people that came. Hi there. Good evening to you.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Welcome.
I believe that match is a stupid match by the referee.
Hey, let's not use the word stupid.
Can you be a bit polite? Can you be a bit polite?
Yes, now. Even Tunisia can score 2 goals as they are going. That was the count and they killed the match.
Yeah, he stopped
it was Nigeria. I believe they will scatter up.
Must we embarrass ourselves in public? Come on. Why is it if not Nigeria? Not 2 life fights. Good evening to you. Hello. All right, ladies, don't forget 014657190. We'll also take your messages on WhatsApp. We'll crave the indulgence of Ufoma to help us with that. Good evening to you.
Leave me alone.
No, you didn't work today.
Maybe they go out, go sleep.
You're not going to let me enjoy my Oga duties today.
Maybe they go out, go sleep like
Good evening to you.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
My name is Moyo.
Miriam, are you sleeping?
Moyo.
All right, Moyo. Could you put some energy in it?
What is it?
Could you speak up a bit? We're struggling to hear you.
Hello?
All right, I think your connection is bad. Moyo, please do well to call back and speak up when you're calling. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Samuel.
Hi, good evening. What's your name?
My name is Chris.
Welcome, Chris.
Good evening, Ufoma.
Good evening to you, bro.
You don't reach how long? I don't find out I go take talk when Ufoma did for.
Hey, waiting I don't do.
Nothing what you never do. You don't do everything. But make I leave that one. See, this thing that CAF keeps doing, competitions will come up in Africa here. You will not see any Nigerian referee. They even went as far as this year to go and bring one woman from Rwanda to be one of the referees. We define Nigeria referee name. Now, so we bad rich. Now, they went to bring this one from Zambia.
that you don't even know how good their league is. And how manages this person officiating?
Well, their league, to be honest, the league of the particular country where a referee is from doesn't necessarily need to be excellent.
Wait. Yep. Even if the league does not have to be excellent, is it not in the league that they will see you officiating before they will present you to...
Exactly my point. The league doesn't have to be efficient for you as an individual to be a good referee.
Okay, that aside. Now, let's look at what Friday was saying, that they will stop the time. Even if he left his own time running, the one in the stadium there was not up to 90 minutes. And that one is left running. They don't stop that one. No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So how many did that one not even get to 90? And his own has passed 90. What kind of human being is this one?
It just beggars belief, to be honest.
Red card that was not worth it. Went to look at you still did not see anything. You went are giving penalties anyhow. What kind of thing is this? And look, I am 100% sure that you will not bring a Nigerian referee to this competition and he will perform this badly. I am 100% sure.
All right.
Look at all these ones are doing.
Okay, then. First of all, we have to get ourselves into a position to be selected for those sort of games. More of your calls. Will take 5 more, and then we'll take your thoughts on social media. We are here till 4:32 for my just 4:08. Right.
I will leave you from this studio.
Good evening to you. You can leave if you buy me lunch. That's just Good evening to you. Hello.
Who for me?
Sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Don't worry. Those where they say they lead you are happy. You are in the studio. You're they don't know your work. You know. This masquerade from my place, it comes out once in 3 years. So you're a big nukumau. Fami.
Sir?
Obo.
Sir?
Abadi ekonicha brono.
Idioko.
Abadi ekonicha brono.
Yes, Idioko.
Now our slogan be that.
Super Eagles, you get disappointment.
You get disappointment at all.
Good.
Especially on Tuesday evening.
I'm telling you. You know, I said it before I match.
Yeah.
Like the late General Bacha told Super Eagles some years back. Say, look, individually you guys are good, but football is a teamwork. That is what happened yesterday. They were mentioning Victor Simon, Kiniko Yodebo. No, not Oyedebo. One of them. They were mentioning how good those guys are, right?
Yep.
But they played teamwork. That was give us that result. Then people were saying, they're supposed to score more than four goals. Leave waiting they ride for moto.
Enter the moto. Now the only way we go reach where they go.
Thank you, my brother. Good job.
All right, then. Thank you very much for calling in. Appreciate you. Quarterfinal call. Good evening to you.
Quarterfinal, we go win them.
Mr. Frank, welcome.
Quarterfinal, you pick me.
Welcome.
We go win our own quarterfinal.
Sure, we go win them.
Yes, this is the sign.
Sir?
I can ask you one question. As in say English football don't stop at wait.
Which football?
Arsenal, Liverpool, which day are they going to play?
I think it's supposed to be tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah, the first leg is supposed to be tomorrow.
Chelsea
played today. Today, the second leg against Spurs.
Okay, today we'll enter into final.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. Then tomorrow, Ufoma will know if. Only if I talk.
Ufoma will not do what?
Bye-bye.
All right, Mr. Frank. Thank you very much for calling. Good evening to you. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, what's your name?
My name is Omo.
Welcome, Omo.
This referee that officiated this game, where is he from? From Zambia?
Yes, it's from Zambia.
God. Oh, why? What did this get to Africa referee?
We had stoppages in when this game was going on for God's sake. At least he gave some minutes for the player to drink water. So has he forgotten that he did that?
Maybe.
Does he know that the whole world is watching this game?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's it.
Oh God! And at the end of the day, we'll be crying out that African refugees are not being taken to World Cup. Who have been such an entity to officiate the World Cup at the World Cup stage? It's very painful to me, honestly speaking. It's African refugees. God.
All right then. Thank you very much for calling in. 2 more calls. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name?
Victor from Mushi.
Welcome, Victor.
From
Sir.
From Nawao.
What did I do again now?
See, all the people we don't face for this life, we go gang up.
All the people I don't
offend.
What did I do again now?
Sometimes you go confuse or go, you say you be woman. I don't even know that.
I get baby, I get white baby. You know they watch out for screen.
I know you want to get baby. I will see you. Don't come now.
All right, let's go. I'm good.
Sammy, Africa. When are we going to move forward, Sammy?
Soon.
It's disappointing. Yeah. I don't know. Look at we are still carrying the Nations Cup and not 1-0, 0-0, and oh boy, Sammy. Maybe we'll go and bring what they call it, all these politicians go and be our referees.
All right. Hopefully, it doesn't get to that point.
That referee is supposed to be banished. Actually, it was a very.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He's still going to present his match report. I'm sure the Tunisians will appeal. They will lodge a complaint with.
You are presenting this competition to the world now. People like Yogan Club that say call it a small competition.
You should go and sit down one place.
It is, it's a big has-been. How will you come up and you stop play during the penalty, you check VAR, or you don't even allow the game to win 90 minutes?
I think he even stopped the game at first in the 85th minute or thereabout, and then he was told that time had not
finished.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly. Even Nigeria Premier League.
If the guy cook egusi soup for half, he won't go chop.
Maybe you want to wait for him.
Or maybe he get extra lesson because officially his other occupation is a teacher. So maybe he had the extra lessons he needed to go and teach.
Why did he change his title before he registered for it? Ufoma no deceive us again. Ufoma.
I'm getting.
All right.
I hear you.
Okay then. Thank you very much for calling in. Final call for now. I'm disappointed we haven't gotten to hear from the ladies so far. Hi, good evening. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Postcolo.
Bro, I hail you.
I'm Ezedum from Silvere.
Welcome, Ezedum. This is the first time I'm hearing from you in a long while. And you chose the perfect occasion to call.
I've been calling, but it's just that you don't used to be in the studio.
All right, great to hear from you, Ezedum.
But you know that I like you so much. You see, Postcolo, for over 4 years, if there is a tournament, our Super Eagles is participating, I will be having apathy to watch because of our Super Eagles. But yesterday, I have never been so happy about AFCON or World Cup tournament until yesterday.
Okay.
I complained on this tournament that the Metro will destroy our players if something is not done. But I'm happy eventually something is done. We saw the result in yesterday. We saw Nigerian spirit. We saw the quality, the strength. Who former for school?
Sir.
Where's the doom from Sule?
All right.
Thank you very much,
Ezedum, for calling in.
On that note,
we have to halt with the calls, but before Foma runs away from the studio, he's going to help us take some Facebook messages, and then you can go. Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. Sam, why
this week?
Why are you doing this?
Why are we going to the newsroom? You can't punish me, but for now.
Now I don't know how to operate this or what.
All right.
I have to cancel this?
Yeah, you have to. All right. And you see that these are the comments.
There should actually be more than this. Here's me thinking. Okay, just trying to okay, I don't enter another one. Who sent me? Oh,
all right. While Ufoma sorts that out, I'm just gonna bring some information on the referee Gianni Sikazwe, and this is not to spite him, but just telling you more about him. Gianni Sikazwe was born in 1979 in 26th of May 1979. He's a Zambian international football referee. He got his big break in 2008 at the COSAFA Under-20 Challenge Cup in South Africa, where he was called to replace another referee who had failed the fitness test. He's known for allowing games to flow without stoppages and many yellow cards. Quite the contrast.
Wow, from what we actually saw today.
Indeed. Like I said earlier, his other occupation is he is a teacher, and he's a FIFA listed referee. Got that opportunity in 2007. All right, let's take your thoughts on WhatsApp. This one says, greetings, senior man, Ufoma and Samuel. Please, Sam Wine, play our signature blues for us. I love hearing those soothing tunes. This is the AFCON. Unfortunately,
I don't understand. Which one the blues? Any backward, Joe?
The referee just closed for 5 minutes water break. They'll resume back to finish the remaining time. Okay. CJ from Ikorodu, I see the sarcasm. This one says, good afternoon, Femi and the gang. I wonder why CAF grouped West African countries and North Africans together. Thank you very much, and I really enjoyed your commentaries. You guys are incredibly amazing. Israel from Edioye, we say thank you to you, Israel. And it says, Zambian referee is an embarrassment to officiating, and CAF should call him to order for questionable officiating. Thank you very much, Israel, for your message. Good evening, guys in the studio. My name is Edwin. Tell from Ojo, please tell Friday that this is not the EPL. Salah cannot do anything. All right. Friday wasn't talking about Salah today. Good day. I'm Emmanuel from London. The whole world is watching, and AFCON decides to do this. I'm sure the ref was tired of the game. Watch how he was panting at the end. Yes, I saw that scene. The end of the game. Babasev knows he messed up after full time. All right. Hello, Femi and the gang. Okay. Honestly, I think the referee needed to answer the call of nature.
Well, you never can tell. Well,
90
you never
minutes.
can tell.
He says 90 minutes felt like eternity. Now, wow. If this is what...
That's it, don't hold you before.
Tell me about it.
Oh, goodness me. I had a crazy experience.
They sweat, the kind of sweat, you know, even under AC. Now, wow. If this is what CAF has and they think Nigerian refs are bad, he asks the questions, Mark Paul. All right, good evening. Good evening, guys in the studio. Please, the referee that officiated today's match should be suspended or banned forever for poor officiating. Imowo from Barua sends us that message. All right, more of your thoughts. Mali versus Tunisia match. The ref comedy. North Africa are losing it. West Africa all the way. Egypt lost. Algeria draw. Mali versus Tunisia the match. You spoke about the referee. All right, thank you very much. So many messages coming in. I'll see if I can take as many as possible. Femi and the gang, well done, guys. I celebrate the Malians. This is a brilliant goalkeeper for the Mali side. Well done, guys. You are indeed doing a great work. Lady Amy from Festac. Thank you very much, Lady Amy. Ufoma, referee, don't stake bets. You won't spoil him tickets. Stephen from VI. All right, Stephen, thank you very much for your message. The referee, oh, come on, guys. Don't use such language. I understand we're emotional, but let's show some respect still to the referee. From Robert, I am supporting Nigeria to win the Nations Cup. All right. Good day, Femi and the gang. A European referee gave 4 yellow cards in a match before, and the sky did not collapse. Why do we not cut Africa some slack? Let's find out what happened first. Samson from Agbeda. Appreciate your thoughts,
I'm
Samson.
not sure. Did we complain about the yellow cards he gave?
No, we're not talking about the yellow cards.
It was the straight red card he actually gave.
And questionable penalties as well from the referee, which you can understand. It can be given, it cannot be given. But like I said, we'll wait for the official report of the referee, which will be submitted after the game, and what CAF makes of it when the Tunisians do lodge their complaints, which I am thinking they certainly will do. Fama, can we take those messages now?
Well, just a couple of them. Isaac Sunday says, the referee is my G. He actually wanted my under 1.5 to play nice. God bless him. Isaac Remilasa. Sly Ose says, you really sound like a woman. I'm not sure who exactly he's talking about, but I'm sure that's me he's talking about. Goodness me, I can't see the other comments. Sammy, I think I'm really bad at
doing this, right?
Doing this.
All right.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we even have to go. Have to exit the studio more.
You actually made me stay another extra 30 minutes.
Yeah. Now I know what it feels like.
I
know what it feels like sitting at the seat of power. But thank you very much, guys, for being part of the conversation. Thoroughly enjoyed bringing this one to you. Mali defeating Tunisia by a 1-0. The other two teams in that group will go head-to-head very, very shortly in the other games in the group from 7 p.m. And more commentary duties for us here. We've got every moment of the action covered for you, courtesy of our friends at Coca-Cola, bringing all the refreshment to us, and of course MTN with the strong connection on the broadcast for us. More games to go down for you today, and like I said, Femi and the gang has got you covered with all of the brilliant commentaries on the broadcast. Adeze and Tony standing by for more on the next game, which kicks off at 5 p.m. on the broadcast. And certainly will be another very, very interesting game to look forward to. Just looking to confirm that fixture for you. And it is between Mauritania and Gambia in the group. The other two teams are looking to steal something on the group favorites Tunisia in that match. But Fama, always a pleasure doing this alongside you.
It's been great doing this. First 45 minutes, really a bit of a snooze fest. But what an action we've had in the second 45 minutes. Goals, penalties, missed penalties, red cards, drama, failed clocks, or whatever it is that must have happened to the referee, or maybe wanted to go answer Mother Nature. But it's ended well, and that's the absolutely amazing thing, and it's been great doing this, Samuel.
Certainly has been great. Up next for the broadcast, Overdose and Azu standing by to take you through Mauritania versus Guinea. That's at 4:30 p.m. Our studios will open just after we exit the studio, and at 7:30 immediately after the game, more AFCON matches and coverage for you. Live commentaries as expected. Olisa Chukuma will take you through the Equatorial Guinea v Ivory Coast game, and he'll be alongside Adeze Michael for that one. More games for you tomorrow as well, so stick around. We've got every single corner of the African Cup of Nations covered for you. I am Samuel Victor Akman. Remember to follow the gang, that's Femi and the Gang, on social media at Faji Official on Instagram, and of course Femi and the Gang on Facebook, Nigeria Info FM on Instagram, and of course Nigeria Info 993 on Facebook. We've got so many sights and sounds from Cameroon covered for you. Our man Emmanuel Etim right there in Cameroon, and of course bringing to you every single bit of the action. I am Samuel Victor Akman. Alongside me is Ufoma Egbamuno, who've done this for you. Stick around, more to come on Nigeria's first for news, talk and sports. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are the best when it comes to bringing every bit of the action for you. Our AFCON studios is still open.
Are you a sales-minded person, goal-oriented?